Do you work Sunday, Lorenzo?
Do I work Sunday? I work till 2.
Okay.
Why?
I was thinking about maybe doing a pilot episode.
For...
I make you watch crap.
Okay. That could be arranged in some way, shape, or form. I feel. You know, we could easily...
Your homework, though, was to watch the original Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I could
Unless
find
I decide to go full-blown with the one movie.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
But I need you for that.
Got it.
I
get to have my revenge.
That one out.
What was that?
So I'm pretty sure I could find it on a streaming service.
Yeah.
Probably.
The original Planet of the Apes, yeah.
Yeah.
The other movie that I was thinking about making the first episode be, you couldn't find it. That is from my personal collection that, you know...
Yeah. That's from, you know.
And then you would totally...
We always say we have a bunch of pilots in the works, and then we never do anything.
I'm going to change that with this one.
Like, this week we were supposed to start our DC one, but I think that's just on the shelf for right now, till further notice.
But why?
Because I just haven't had time to actually sit down and read anything.
I guess that's the same with me, too.
I just haven't had time.
Hey, it's okay to have ideas. We get to all of it. Eventually, we get all of it.
I think what we need to do is just like eventually we just need to sit down and be like, okay, here's the schedule. We need to get everything read at this point in time.
It's like accomplishments, you know.
Yeah.
So
at least we're
doing it.
At least we're
doing it. I didn't even give this one a title. It's just the 4/18/24.
Yeah.
Because it's just a recap of everything. I said we have 2 viewers on some other stuff.
Well, I know how excited.
Are we live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
Sorry, I was gonna tell you guys we were live. I just wanted to see.
I love when people do that when you're on a podcast. Like, are we live?
Maybe.
But I was like, so we're talking about how excited you were for the Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man movies. Everyone's just geeking. Yeah. Everyone feels like it's 2002 again.
Well, talking about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
We'll get to that next. Because it's going to lead into a few other...
big issues.
Big issues with Spider-Man and some other shit. I'm just sending this, you know, to a bunch of things so people can tune in and watch. And then we can also talk with the local viewers. It says we already have one. Hello. How's it going?
Hello, one.
Hello, that one viewer.
Hello, number one.
Hello, that one viewer.
We're number 2.
We're both criminals at large, but I am larger than you. I'm number 1.
I'm number 2.
I'm number 1.
Now YouTube is gonna shut our show down.
Boom. No, we could sing it. We just can't play the video. I mean, we can play.
Actually, they're trying to get people for singing too.
Really? YouTube is on.
Oh, man, karaoke is gonna suck now.
Yeah, now we can't do our album we talked about.
Well, I think we could still do
lame. It. No.
We just wouldn't be able to, make money off of it.
That's fine. I just want to do it for fun anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like just us singing, like, child songs would be extremely funny.
I just like a couple special one with Kyle.
Which one did you want Kyle to do?
I thought we agreed on the Perry the Platypus theme.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did want him. It's just the
do.
Yeah, that's all he has to do. He has to do nothing else except just sing Perry the Platypus.
Agent B.
This is a man quoting
So, how's everyone's day?
Pretty chill.
Pretty chill?
Pretty chill.
Yeah.
Did you hear about, I guess, Sony has put their bid into buying Paramount?
That's interesting. That really is kind of concerning.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's better than Warner Brothers merging with Paramount.
I'm surprised.
No, it wouldn't be a merger. I think it was just Warner.
No, that was supposed to be a merger.
I'm surprised like Universal hasn't put their money in yet.
I can see them not putting their money into Paramount. I can see them putting their money into Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And that's actually if that actually has to happen, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been around the same time, 100 years. The Universal library is very large, so it's gonna double essentially. But then you have the theme park rides. Universal tends to once their theme parks rides to be connected with Universal.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, they don't have to work with other people for like Harry Potter or the rumored Lord of the Rings.
That's still an interesting part right here.
Yeah. Which
they don't have to deal with that because they already own it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, Rachel said hi. I didn't even see
Hi,
that.
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
I didn't see that because everything's all so.
We're working on we have a new program on right now.
Yeah, I'm trying a new program because people said either the mics were too quiet, so I was like, alright, I have a program where I can do 2 mics, so we're gonna see how it runs, and then if it runs the way we like it, we're gonna keep it going.
But
we're
there's
having Wancho difficulties.
Yeah, we're having Wancho difficulties after he pulled the plug after on accident, which was really funny.
But like the only thing that I want Universal to technically own would be Star Trek.
I feel like they could do a cool ride.
Yeah, a cool ride or just
a land.
owning.
But here's my question about Star Trek before
Okay.
we actually get into our fun topics. Is there still an ask for Star Trek?
Yes.
Is it still as big as Star Wars, where the people are asking for it?
It's never going to be as big as Star Wars. Let's put that right out there.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I know the show is doing pretty good. Strange New Worlds. I know Lower Decks is getting a final season.
It is a very niche show.
Mhm.
The way I always look at it is, Star Wars has always been about adventure.
Mhm.
Star Trek is about protocol. That's what Star Trek is. It's what does a captain do in this situation, and why is it okay for a captain to go against the protocol?
You could make a great ride. I don't know what the ship is called. The Enterprise.
Yeah.
You could have it like the Millennium Falcon, where you can have each member sit down in each chair. Of course, it's gonna be the fight of who gets to sit in the captain's
Mhm.
chair. But you could do something like that and pilot the Enterprise.
Or just like you're a ship outside of the Enterprise. Kind of like make it like the Spider-Man ride, where it's like your separate ride. You have these different screens and set pieces where like you're in space. Make it like the Guardians roller coaster.
Do it like Star Tours a little bit.
See, I don't want it to be like Star Tours because I don't want screen-based rides.
Mhm.
Like, we're past that now. It's like, give me physical sets, give me something else. And I think a roller coaster, screen-based roller coaster, I think would probably be the best.
That would work. But if Universal goes up and above and beyond, then
Yeah.
they'll do something like the Mummy.
Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting. That might be closing.
Or No! No!
That was a big rumor.
The Mummy.
No!
But I think it's
Well,
only going to
again,
be the
you have to-
Hollywood one.
But again, you have to ask yourself: is there an ask for the Mummy?
Why?
Ever since the Dark Universe
Failed.
bombed,
It did not fail. The Dark Universe is coming back in Epic Universe.
But
2025.
Let's see.
we thought we saw the Dark Universe with that eclipse, but it led to nothing.
No, it was just a giant promo for Epic Universe.
But let's think, you guys. Brendan Fraser gets his Academy Award. The Mummy movies are all of a sudden popular again. Now the Mummy's back in the movie theaters.
Oh yeah, 25th anniversary.
25th.
I mean,
by the way,
yeah,
you
you
can
can-
see that.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Cool, we're on to go.
I've never seen the Mummy.
I love
Oh,
that.
it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I've never seen the first one.
Dude, we have so many retro movies coming out this month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, you
I'm
said
gonna
you
pick
said that
it.
one was coming? I've never seen that one.
You would love it. It's
I want to
literally.
go see. I want to make the drive. I don't know who wants to do it with me. It'd be after 2 o'clock, like once I get off. Who wants to go see The Matrix? It's playing at the one. I doubt people are gonna be like, oh my god, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Only a few people in Michigan. It's at the Great Lakes Crossing Mall.
Oh.
AMC.
I'm up for that.
It's the 25th anniversary of The Matrix.
Yeah.
And it will be in the Dolby Sound Theater.
What do you think of the news of the Matrix the next Matrix movie?
Here's the thing. I'm excited. Also worried. I don't think Resurrections was that good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an awful
I
movie.
thought it was just awful. I don't even know who wrote it. I know it was the original, one of the Wachowskis. But,
Yeah.
but I feel like both of them should have come back. It shouldn't have just been the one.
I'm really excited because they're not a part of it.
Yeah, they're not a part of it, which is really fine. It's Drew Goddard. Now, I have my ifs about Goddard. I know he was showrunner for Daredevil?
Mhm.
For all 3 seasons, or was it just the first season? Two seasons, so he didn't do 3? Or he didn't do
I
the
don't
third
think he
season?
did.
Drew Goddard's name has been thrown around a lot recently. Is it he's doing something for DC? No, he's doing something for Marvel Studios. Oh, but now we know he's doing something for Warner Brothers. It's The Matrix now. But he was also in that picture Gunn threw up of, hey, this is the creative team, and he was right there.
Mm-hmm.
What worries me about Goddard? Goddard, is it Goddard or Goddard?
Goddard.
Goddard, yeah, Goddard. If people people I don't think know this. He was behind the Sinister Six movie. That was supposed to come out after Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 going into Spider-Man 3. He was going to write it and direct it himself, but, Amazing Spider-Man 2 bombed, so he never got a shot to do a full-blown. I feel like with him, you'll know what you're getting. I looked it up. I think he did Cabin in the Woods. That one with Chris Hemsworth. He did a horror movie.
He did.
I don't think it was Cabin. It might have been Cabin in the Woods, because I thought it was Joss Whedon.
I know Whedon directed it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he wrote it.
Yeah.
Because that's how Chris Hemsworth got the Thor job. Was off of that movie.
He did Cabin in the Woods, Cloverfield, The Martian, and Sinister Six. He was supposed to do an X-Force movie.
Yeah. So, I feel like every time he comes in, there's always some bad luck, and he just never does it.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
He was in talks of directing Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in talks. I remember that talk.
Do we want to talk about Spider-Man 4?
I feel like Spider-Man's going to be a long conversation, because we have a few things we got to get through.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saving Spider-Man for the last at the moment.
Well, I guess what we should talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Gentlemen, we're gonna go see Alien when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
there's
can't
the
wait.
re-release of that.
Also, too,
I've never seen him.
you never seen Alien? Oh,
I've seen a bit of the first one,
the first one's great.
but not enough to be like,
So,
I've played. You ever played the game that came out?
Mm-hmm.
Alien Isolation. We should do a let's play of that. I feel like that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
To do.
That's a fun one. I love the Alien franchise.
It's been also really good. People have been talking about. Speaking of Alien, with Fox, people are now talking about Predator again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have to rewatch. I rewatched
Predator
it when it first came out.
Badlands. Which I am very curious what they're gonna do with that.
With the name Badlands, here's what I'm thinking. You're gonna throw the Predator in. Is it Feudal Japan?
I heard that.
Samurais. That's gonna be the one thing I think everyone wants to see, and they've been talking about it for years.
I heard samurais. I've heard the American Revolution.
Okay. That'd be kind of cool.
I want to be West Virginia. I want him to fight some rednecks.
You know what?
Tell me you wouldn't want to
could
see that.
I just found out Peter Cullen was the voice of the Predator.
Huh.
I never knew that.
I didn't know
Hey,
that.
there's your
Speaking
run
of
back
Peter
to that.
Cullen, let's go into our first thing, shall we?
Hold on one second. First of all, this summer, gentlemen, Aliens versus the Avengers,
Oh, yeah,
written by Jonathan Hickman. I can't wait.
We'll come back to that.
No,
I'm very disappointed with that, but we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. But speaking of Peter Cullen, that was a perfect segue to what our first thing is. We're gonna have our first us three reaction. Actually, I haven't done one. Just us.
Because I haven't actually seen. I see bits and pieces of it, but I have not actually watched it.
Okay, there we go. So this is the first official trailer for. Oh, my mouse is over here. Yeah, I can fix it. That'll be fine. For Transformers 1, but it's not Peter Cullen. It's Chris Hemsworth himself, voicing not even Optimus. His name was Orion Pax. And also Megatron, but his name's not Megatron yet. It's D16, voiced by Brian Tyree Henry.
Who's Chris Hemsworth voicing?
Optimus.
Okay, I thought you said some. I thought you said
so
someone else.
Optimus's name before he became Optimus is Orion Pax.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that. Someone had to tell me, and I was like, okay, cool. But anyway, let's watch it.
So, how long do you think we'll be here? I'm not talking to you. You know what? We are so screwed. Thought you weren't talking to me.
You two, come with me. Report to Waste Management.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on some nicknames. The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron.
We're gonna call you B.
I know we're just lowly worker bots who can't even transform. Don't you want to see what's out there?
There's a reason no one goes to the surface. It's dangerous. Why'd you bring jetpacks? If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you!
I accept those terms.
The surface.
Beautiful.
I love his run.
You have
such a
proven
bumblebee
yourself
thing to
worthy.
do.
Take these and access your full potential.
I like the music.
It's time to show them we are more than meets the eye.
We can transform now!
On 3, 1.
It's working! Where's my head? How do we use these things?
Oh, look at wheels! I need wheels!
Guys, that's not good.
We've got these powers for a reason. Let's use them.
We stand here together as one.
Whoa! I got a battle mask! It appeared with this guy. Knife hands? I have knife hands!
I can see that. B, these are not the bad guys.
Why did you cut the door?
What? No, it was already like that. Right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
It was. Yeah,
Yes.
it was already like. Yeah, that's right.
Deja vu. But yes, that was Transformers 1.
You know, I've been really cool with this. If it was actually Beast Hunters. So that's what I got with that 5. I got very 90s Beast Hunters. It had that same color palette.
Yeah. Well, they said they took a lot of inspiration from Dune.
Huh.
Phone just lost. Oh yeah.
But I'm excited because I think it's gonna be. I think at the end it's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, in that last shot, Megatron wasn't with them.
Yeah.
So I think we're already gonna see
The betrayal.
the divide between the two.
Because you're gonna find out. Because I don't know if anyone actually knows, but it's just like you find out that like he wants to free, you know, those people. And I can just see him being like, you know what, screw you guys. I could see an X-Men First Class type ending.
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna go. I really don't know how I feel about this trailer. I was very excited, like the premise of it. It's the animation that's really weird. I get it.
I think this is Paramount's first big animated film like this. They haven't done something like this before.
I see why people don't like the animation, but I think it's gonna look nice on the screen.
It fits for what they're going for.
It's the second. It's gonna be the second trailer that's gonna get me because right now this is a perfect kids movie. This is a movie that God I would love as a kid.
It's a movie you can introduce, and that's what I told people because a lot of people go, "We heard all this hype from CinemaCon, but we're disappointed." It goes, what are you disappointed about? This one's not aimed for you.
It's not. It's aimed for the kids.
They've said it's an animated movie. What did you think you were gonna get? Animation is almost now every marketed to kids now at this point.
To be fair, I was expecting a little bit more.
I was expecting.
Considering
as
this is
a
the
target
first
audience,
trailer.
as a target audience, I was expecting a little bit more.
I was expecting it to look very like adultish Optimus Prime, like the Optimus Prime we all know with the
they've said before it's gonna be them before we get to that.
Yeah.
It's before. How they described it, as I remember reading about it. So this is basically it's the start of everything.
Yeah.
Like this is canonically the first Transformers, and then we're gonna get Orion Pax evolving into Optimus Prime as time goes on. But you're gonna see him transform into the leader everyone knows. So right now he's young, he's reckless, he just wants to go do shit and doesn't care.
It's the cast I was
But
shocked.
Megatron is trying to be the
Yeah.
You know.
It was definitely the cast I was shocked about. Like Keenan as
Kenan
Bumblebee.
Michael P.
I was like, this is interesting.
He to me, you don't know what he sounded like? He just sounded like Toad.
Yeah.
Like that's what Bumblebee is, and I'm like, you know what? I'm fine. Bumblebee is going to be the comic relief character. He always is the comic relief Transformer.
Scarlett Johansson was a shocker to me. I'm like, oh,
I knew
Steve
she.
Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
I didn't know Steve Buscemi was in this, or I didn't know what was it John Hamm showed and Lawrence Fishburne.
Chris Hemsworth definitely looks like. Definitely sounds like a younger Peter Cullen.
Yeah.
On that one.
With him without the accent is so weird.
Well,
I wonder if Peter Collins is going to make some sort of cameo.
Oh,
He will.
What if he's the narrator?
That'd be interesting.
Or
Or,
what if it's him and Frank Welker Like it's two just random Transformers walking as they're running, going, God, I'm glad we don't know those two guys. Like, yeah,
That'd be
way
kind of
more-
funny.
Or
Or
way more
Unicron.
mature than that.
Oh, Unicron. Oh yeah, that's the only that may be one of the things that. There you go, Todd. You kind of got my spirits up. Like I could see Unicron finally.
You see Unicron.
I've seen Unicron once, but like we're gonna see full blown like.
Yeah, you're gonna see him again in the live action.
Yeah.
That's not the end. Rise of the Beast they just closed the portal.
Yeah.
Unicron's still out there.
Because we all know what Cobra's gonna do.
If Cobra awakens Unicron, that would be the coolest thing to see on the screen. Not even that. If they somehow summon and do a distress call out and it hits the Decepticons, and the Decepticons now show up, that's gonna be cool.
That'd be interesting.
Well, that's another good thing since we're recapping CinemaCon stuff.
Yeah.
They announced officially they're doing G.I. Joe and Transformers, which we all knew that after Rise of the Beast. But
That teaser, that post-credit scene, everyone lost their minds. Like, what?
Yeah.
Well, no one actually lost their minds.
Yeah,
It
no
was
one
more of a. Okay.
It's like, okay, you're taking two 80s, 90s brands
You can merge them together.
because both of them are technically, well, not both of them. One of them is a dying universe that people want to forget.
G.I. Joe's.
You keep pushing it down everyone's throat.
Throws.
G.I. Joe is definitely such a dying franchise.
Well, I mean, that was the whole point of Void Rivals.
Yeah.
It was, I guarantee you, while Robert Kirkman was developing Void Rivals, Hasbro came and was like, yeah, you can do Transformers, but you have to do G.I. Joe. You cannot not do G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
I wonder if they if they were gonna lose the rights or something. I don't know.
Who?
For Hasbro for G.I. Joe?
No, it's just toy
No,
rights.
That's just stories. The comic book rights were. I think IDW, like, it is failing as a company. Like, I'm still surprised they still have Ninja Turtles, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they haven't developed that Mask movie. I know they were talking about that. Like, it was gonna be G.I. Joe, Mask, and Transformers.
Oh, yeah.
And then Power Rangers was talked about at one point.
Yeah.
It was gonna be the ultimate universe.
I could see that. Well, here's the thing. We don't know how long this new comic universe is going to last.
Mhm.
They're saying, Transformers was only getting 6 issues or something, or each of the books were only going up to 6 issues. And there's G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, what's the one dude who...
Void.
No, who runs the G.I. Joe? What's his actual name?
Oh, Duke.
Yeah, Duke has a comic series, but I heard...
Snake Eyes had a comic.
No, Snake Eyes I think is getting a new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or he might be getting a new one. But I've heard the Transformers one is really good.
That's what I heard,
I
too.
just know the panel of the... Oh my god, what's the bot name? I think is it Hot Rod? And he's like flipping him off because he doesn't have a gun. And I was like, alright, that's pretty funny.
I still need to sit down and actually read them because I'm just hearing good things. Like, I heard Cobra Commando is really good. I heard Void Rivals is really good.
Oh, Void Rivals, no one knew what it was.
Yeah.
So here's the fun story that I've heard. This is the story I heard from Ryan, but I went up and I looked it elsewhere and I heard that was not the case. So, our local comic shop, City Comics, if you guys are watching this, hey, I'm about to unveil everyone's secret because I like finding out shit. And I find out the fun way. So, when G.I. Joe, or when they were doing Void Rivals, no one knew what it was.
Yeah.
But when were doing Transformers Rise of the Beast, it came out that, hey, it was very smart. I remember texting it to you. I was like, I'm hearing the G.I. Joe is going to appear at the end of this. Mm-hmm. And you're like, huh? And I was just like, I hear they're appearing. I don't know, like, the context. I don't know what. So I think it was the same week Void Rivals dropped, Transformers came out. They time released it, which is really cool. You know, Ryan was like, oh, we had to keep it a secret. Because I sent something in the group chat last year, and he's like, never mind. That's not what you think it is. I was like, oh, okay. But then he's like, haha, yeah, we knew the comic secret. But then I went on Bleeding Cool because they know everything.
Yeah.
They knew 2 months before and kind of slipped it that it was going to be a shared universe.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Ryan and all them were like, oh, we keep it a secret. I was like, I literally pulled up a news article. If I just wanted to go look and actually cared about this universe, I would have discovered it. But, like, I don't know. I just know that's when it first, like, had the Transformer. I forgot which one it is. I think it's Hatchet. Isn't that one or something?
Yeah.
At the end of the first issue.
I can't remember.
I don't know what the G.I. Joe connection is in that Void Rock, but I just know it's called the Energon universe, and the two franchises or IPs now exist in a comic universe. So, and it's under Skybound.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's all under Robert Kirkman is doing it because, you know, he's not doing any other comic at the moment. He's not doing Walking Dead.
Not doing Invincible.
Not doing Invincible. So hey, look, Transformers G.I. Joe.
He was excited doing it
to.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the video game?
The Invincible one? Alright, this is what scares me about it. I don't actually mind talking shit about Robert Kirkman because I've heard stories about Robert Kirkman. Even when we talked with him, I have a little issues with Robert Kirkman.
Mm-hmm.
He's how I picture Todd McFarlane. He has too big of an ego and needs to be really put in his place. If 2021, if COVID didn't happen, I don't think anyone would give a shit about Invincible.
No.
I disagree on that one.
Here's the thing: the first season took everyone by storm.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was out around that time too.
Yeah, but one was better than the other.
Yeah.
Invincible was better on the animation side. I'd say was a good show for what it was for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But also, WandaVision was ending.
Yeah.
So it was still everyone riding that MCU wave of we're getting all this. Invincible was good. Took too long to do that second season.
Well, that's the problem with most streaming services
That's
shows.
the problem. That's the problem. I'm gonna get to my point. I just think you have a successful comic book series. Then you do a really good successful comic series like The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine. Was a great show. Was getting ratings. You're doing this. You're doing that. My only thing is, you have the money, but you're asking people to crowdfund this game. Who is developing this game? But when I looked it up, this is what also scared me. It's going to be an in-house studio game. Mm-hmm. So Skybound is developing it, which terrifies me. Just go pitch it to a certain game studio. They'll probably get the funding. They'll take care of everything. Don't take comic writers or try and hire people off the streets to do this game. If you're going to do your first Invincible game, you do it right. Do not half-ass it. You see the problem that's happening with Star Wars Outlaws because everyone wants to cry like a little bitch because they don't know how Ubisoft operates. And also, the game market is full of crybabies right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's complaining. So, and now here's my other issue. Leading back to Invincible. You have people now coming. So we can't get a Superman game, but we're getting Invincible. Let me bring up the other issue with that. Superman is still invincible at the end of the day. Invincible really isn't that invincible. We've seen him take a hole through his stomach from a giant battle cat Thundercat warrior. When have you seen Superman just randomly take a hole besides Doomsday through his chest?
That's a very good question. Yeah.
My point is, Superman, you can do a game, it's just going to be boring. Invincible, he can still get the shit kicked out of him.
I think you could make a good Superman game.
But here's the thing. It's the way people want it versus what they're going to do. That's what scares me with this game. Because, remember, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. They wanted an Arkham game. An Arkham game with those characters does not work the way you think it works. They don't move like Batman.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like the shooter was kind of safe for that game, but it's still kind of... I have issues with that game now. I have a lot of issues. I was hyping it up, but I have my issues after playing it for a few months, getting thoughts together, Same thing with Avengers. Oh, hey, Square Enix.
I'm not gonna talk about Avengers.
I thought we were going to get Final Fantasy with Avengers. You had the story. They're known for doing great stories, Square Enix. With Final Fantasy VII, they pumped out a remake, Final Fantasy 16. Where did it go wrong with Avengers? You literally had everything right there.
So I think that comes down to, this is the problem when it comes to video games and getting licensed or stuff. A lot of times, their money goes into getting the license itself. So, like, Square Enix, a lot of that budget went into getting those rights for those characters.
Yeah.
Rather than making a good game. Because I'm gonna flat say it, Disney dropped the bomb, and when they got rid of LucasArts,
And then they brought it back.
yeah, but they're still not using them.
No.
Because I think they got to fulfill their contracts first.
Yeah.
I think it all... Because Ubisoft, I know, came to them and wanted to do Star Wars. Because it was only...
But they made a deal with EA.
Well, EA is done after next year.
Yeah.
They have to... I think the final one in EA's contract is this last Jedi game. That's it. It's going to be trilogy, then they're done. They can't do another Battlefront. They can't do another Squadrons game. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not losing sleep over EA losing the license. Because, you know,
It was EA.
they fucked up too many times.
Yeah.
That's why Disney pulled the plug and was like, alright, it looks like we have to bring back Lucas. Because at the end of the day, I think I heard someone talk about this. It's how George Lucas set up LucasArts. Is, well, I'm not a game developer. You guys are. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Disney used to be game developers. They used to have in-house game guys. But they outsourced it and was like, we're not really in the gaming market anymore. Do what you want with Star Wars.
Yeah. And now they want to come back into the gaming market. Which,
with LucasArts, let's think about here, when LucasArts came, you know, when Episode 3 was coming out, they had Episode 3 coming out, they had Battlefront 2, they had
Well,
Star
you know why LucasArts got created, right?
It was produced more, it was to, no.
was it a special effects thing?
George Lucas wanted a tax break.
Oh, I can see that.
That makes sense.
So he's like, you know what? If I do this, I can just make money off of video games too without having to do movies. I just, hey, is this good?
Cool.
Okay, good game idea.
Shadow of the Empire, Todd. That's, remember they were hyped. I had read that Shadow of the Empire was supposed to be this big new chapter for the Star Wars saga at the time, and they were hyping it up, and they were basically gonna turn. I had heard at one point Shadow of the Empire was supposed to be the next Star Wars.
Hey Brad, if you're still watching, how's our audio sounding? I just want to get it.
The Shadow of the Empire was supposed to be the next Star Wars movie. I had heard, like, they had told, remember the toys, remember the comics, remember that video game?
Yep.
Yeah. And then supposedly the saga, and then Episode 1 came along.
Sound good? I might have to unplug a mic.
Unplug the mic.
This is how it sounds.
Oh man.
Oh god. Yeah, unplug the mic.
No wonder why we're not even getting them.
Yeah, that's why we're not hearing anything. Hold on, I'm about to fix it.
Well, there's other reasons why we're not getting views, but
Yeah, we kind of put this up late, but anyway.
You need to get the picture and watch difficulties.
Hold on. We're about to
we're gonna unplug the microphones.
yeah, we're gonna unplug a mic. Give me a second. Which one should I stop?
I am curious to see what Disney's going to do once full-blown LucasArts is out.
I'm more interested in what's gonna happen with Star Wars the next 10 years.
Okay. So
Well, I'm hoping that the rumors are true this year. With Kathleen Kennedy, because her contract is almost up.
Please.
And how we sound? Okay.
Hold on, we're changing them around again.
Okay. Because Kathleen Kennedy is not necessarily the problem, but she's not part of the solution.
She's making a lot of. You heard about the whole Star Wars with Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley just was like, she called Daisy Ridley, invited her for dinner, or invited her for, I don't know, food, and then said, we're gonna do this, and he goes, and you're gonna be on a plane the next day.
Yeah. That sounds better.
So I gotta bring this one more to.
Yeah.
You're gonna go on a plane, and we're going to announce the next Star Wars movie. And now it became a Rey movie, and now it's Star Wars Episode 10 supposedly.
Which I'm okay with, but the problem with it is nothing has been planned for it. Like, you announced it with no plan whatsoever. And I'm just like, that's not how you should be doing this. Like, you should have the script ready to go.
I just think, ever since JPEG came and changed everything around, it's taken more money to rechange everything back to the way it was.
It's almost like Disney has to rebuild itself.
The problem with it right now, and this is the big thing, because Bob Chapek recently came out and says, yeah, there's no money. Disney has no money.
You guys didn't believe me. I was like, Todd said there's no money.
And so it's just like, they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do because there's no money. And all they can do is just sit there and be like, hey, look at this little new thing that we have. Look at this little new thing that we have. Oh, Bob Chapek signed something with Fortnite or Epic Games.
Actually, I was eager that wasn't.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about.
It was in the works. It was Bob Chapek's idea. He was working on doing something with virtual reality or the internet or whatever. And I think somewhere along the line, a contract was signed, so Bob Iger had to
fulfill that.
fulfill it.
But I feel like they're gonna have great success with Fortnite.
Well, it's not Fortnite. It's just with Epic Games. It's a brand new
It's gonna
thing.
be in Fortnite. That's the big thing.
See, I heard it wasn't within Fortnite. I heard it was Epic Games, and this is a separate thing within.
Everything Epic Games now, with what they do, it's not even a game. It's gonna be a world in Fortnite. They're building worlds in Fortnite. That's the whole thing. Is what they're doing.
See, I heard different.
Because now Fortnite basically owns, Epic owns Harmonix, so Rock Band. That's why they did Fortnite Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket Racing, which is Rocket League gamer. They have the Lego World now, where you can go. It's Minecraft with Lego.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have the Disney IP. So that's another big thing you just added to that game.
Yeah.
That's where they're... Basically, that's where Epic gets all their revenues.
No, that's not actually true.
And also, Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
But
that's
Fortnite,
their main...
Fortnite is
most
of it from us.
Yeah.
That's how the Fortnite operates.
But yeah, their real money came from the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, and they still do. But I heard now I think they're trying to sell that to someone.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I can see Disney coming in there and being like, give
us the Unreal Engine, even though we don't know how to make games right now.
Yeah, but it's the engine. What it is that they sell it to other people to use that engine and make money off of that.
I don't know. I just heard that was the big rumors.
Yeah.
They wanted to, after, Unreal 5 coming out?
Mm-hmm. Well,
if 5 already out?
If it ever actually comes out.
I know they announced it was that Unreal 5, the new engine.
Okay,
it's already built.
Yeah.
And I think it's this year or next year?
Yeah.
Because everything's still running on 4 at the moment. So, yeah, 5 is the next big
I was
one.
thinking Unreal Tournament. The game that will never come.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Yeah.
But we've had a fun spiral off. Basically, what worries me is they're asking for crowdfunding for this game.
See, that doesn't bother me.
It bothers me enough to just say, you don't have confidence in going and pitching to a game studio because they don't want to take the risk and do it.
But it also comes down to freedom, too.
Yes and no. Because Skybound hasn't developed a game in their life, so if
Yeah, they have. They have their own game studio.
Yeah, but it's not like the big ones you think it is. Like a big, like they want a full big like. What up, Lorenzo and the Council of Atoms?
Hello.
I am not part of the Council of Atom.
I am.
You guys are both wearing glasses on the same haircut and same beard trim.
Yeah, I guess so.
I am Liter.
So, are you Adam or I Adam?
That's a great question. We've all been trying to figure out who is Adam.
Because he gets confused all the time.
I don't even know if I'm Adam.
I don't know how Juan did that today, but it was so funny. He's like, "Hey, Adam, wait a minute, that's not Adam."
Everybody wants to be an Adam. There's an Asian Adam out there now.
Yeah, we did.
The Council of Atoms. I love it. We're all screwed.
But again,
all I'm thinking is the Council of Krang.
Yes.
but it's just all Adam.
My sister would have a heart attack.
She said, "Oh no, there's more of them."
I would watch a movie.
Todd's.
I think Quantumania would be a much better movie if it starred Adam as the villain than Jonathan Majors.
You think you could do an edit just of at the end where it's just the faces of Adam, just on all the Kang?
There's so
I
many.
Probably could do
There's
something.
so many.
I have a picture to use for Adam. Use it, but
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you know what pictures. I'm just gonna send it to him and say, I'm gonna say, do your magic.
Maybe I'm.
Maybe I
Whoa.
am Adam.
No way.
I
knew it.
That's the other ghost. Oh, speaking of which, you started it. I don't know if you started. Fallout got renewed for a second season.
Fallout. I saw the first episode. That's about it. I hadn't had time.
I've watched.
Did you like the first episode?
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet.
First episode?
Yeah.
But me, Cecilia, and a few others we hopped back into Fallout 76, and it's been just lovely.
The first episode was actually pretty good.
Squidward, he's Squidward. I'm
Squidward. Oh, the fun's about to begin. I enjoyed the first episode. It definitely. Yeah. I've never played the game, and I told a couple of people, and they're like, "What?" But you're
I told you, I was like, "All right, this is where you could start. Due to you have a PS5, so go pick up 4."
Yeah,
or
I
if you have a
recommend
360, 4. Or if you have a 360, which you said you've had.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my 360.
Which
Then
Cody,
get Vegas.
aka Drizzy,
We have Vegas. We actually have Vegas. My dad
played
played
Vegas is the best one.
Yeah, but I loved 4. I actually broke the game.
What did you? Oh,
I killed my son.
Nice.
I shot first and asked questions later, and I killed my son.
Well, hey.
Heartless bastard.
I didn't know. He just walked through a door. I took out the bazooka and I killed my son and I broke the game.
Cool.
So this is how I had the Fallouts described to me through Cody, because I knew the plot of 4. So 3 was, hey, you're gonna go find your dad. 4 is, you gotta go find your son. New Vegas is, who the fuck shot me in the head?
That's how he described it. I went, what the hell is this?
Because, like I've told you, the villain is Matthew Perry. His name's Benny. He's the one in like the plaid jacket. He's like, hey man, like that. And then Ron Perlman's the narrator in all of them.
I just love the one where, who shot me in the head?
Yeah,
That would be something
Who
stupid.
shot me in the fucking head?
That would be so
That's literally how Cody described it the other night when I was asking about the series. Because I didn't know. They all take place in the same, just like, they're all sequels. Well, I knew they're all sequels, but like, I didn't know they all take place years after each other. I always just assumed like, oh, they're just their own standalone, like, adventures. But he goes, no, there's the one bomb drop and they all take place like several years later. So like, Fallout 76 is technically the first game. Then it goes to Fallout 1, Fallout 2, I think New Vegas, or 3, New Vegas, then 4.
Yeah.
Like 4 is the furthest in the timeline.
The first episode was actually just really it was very well done. I felt like it definitely felt like a TV show, but it also felt like a movie. I could have seen this in the theaters.
I've just heard it's Fallout.
Yeah.
I heard if you played the games, you'll love it.
If you've never played the games, guess what? You're in for a treat because it's like, whoa.
Can't say the same for Halo.
Boom.
This is why I want to evolve this set into a bigger and have like one that's so much just ready.
It's like a talk show.
Have a button with sound
I gotta
effects.
get a thing of just like a sound, like that's like a sound where I can just hit shit.
All right.
But talking about let's keep going with CinemaCon.
Oh, let's talk
Oh
about
yeah, Warner Brothers came out swinging.
Yeah.
So we were all half dead asleep when they decided they wanted to pull the Superman logo. That was a fun one.
So I need to talk about something that really pissed me the bleep off.
What was that?
You
What'd I do?
made a post and I thought it was real.
Oh, okay. I know what this post. All right, let me tell the story. So I sent something to Adam.
Yeah, what else?
This is where the joke started. I saw this thing saying James Gunn has the ability to do the funniest thing ever. It said DC Studios, Scooby-Doo meets Batman. So I go, hey Adam, look at this concept someone made.
No, you know what you did to me?
What did I do to you, Joe?
I had that fan-made Batman Beyond footage.
Oh!
And I was like...
Yeah, this is where it started. Because
I want damn Batman Beyond
If
movies.
you guys don't know me that well, or started picking up watching these streams, or just being around the Culture Shock community, I love to fuck with people. I really love fucking with people. Because nothing brings me joy than seeing people their dreams just get shattered with shit. It's like, listen, I'm a comic book fan. I've been shattered so many times by just false promises. Now I get to fuck with people if I can do it. But it's not out of like, I hate you, go fuck yourself. It's just do you believe this? So, he sent the thing of the Batman Beyond footage. Then I sent never gonna happen, but this is likely could happen. And it's the Scooby-Doo meets Batman. He goes, no, it won't. I go, listen, Scooby-Doo is a successful franchise and everyone loves them. People love Batman too. Only people who know about Batman Beyond is the 90s kids, and that's it.
Well, hold on. Scooby-Doo met Batman Beyond, so ha!
In a comic book.
Yeah,
Thank
comic
you,
book
thank you.
that no one read.
Yeah. No one reads those.
I know.
I've seen those numbers.
You read that.
So
You
anyway,
told me it was good. I was like, I'll pick it up.
So anyway, that same night at CinemaCon was going on, I see the Scooby-Doo meets Batman. And I was like, I wonder if I send this, who would actually believe it? So then Todd's messaging me throughout the night. Was I already asleep at that point, or was I going to bed?
I think you were going to bed.
I was like, yeah, because I'd work something was happening the next morning. So then, everyone's like laughing at this few people going, oh my god. So I wake up to my phone going, I'm going to choke you out or deck the shit out of you. Like, I haven't decided yet. I was like, what? Why, Todd? This is fake! I'm just sitting there, just laughing. So I was like, he's like, I thought this was real. I was like, no.
Because you posted during the event. And so I'm like, to me, I'm thinking just a fun, animated, kind of like crypto. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, this is,
nothing live action or anything like that, but I was just thinking this would be really cool. This makes a lot of sense. James Gunn wrote Scooby-Doo. He's running DC Studios. This sounds cool.
He did that, and then I was like, no freaking way. So I go on Twitter now because you're an asshole. So I can do this, and I'm thinking this man's, and then this one will text me and go, "Did you hear the news?" And I'm going on Twitter and I went, "I fucking hate this man. I know this man just did this."
I have so much fun, especially. Listen, I don't fuck with you guys as nearly as much as I fuck with someone else.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's funny with him.
If you guys don't know, this is my one friend. His name's Kyle. He loves Daredevil. The motherfucker I do with this man with Daredevil on a daily basis. Not daily basis.
Every fucking day. I'm sorry.
No, not every day. I haven't done it with him recently because there's nothing to do it for.
The hot toy I was hoping was fake this morning.
No, they announced that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got announced last year, the hot toy for Daredevil.
But I mean, there's only so much you can talk about how Daredevil sales don't actually.
Yeah. The best was when he tried to say Daredevil was number 1 for 1 month over Spider-Man and Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So then I looked up the next month when issue 2 came out. It fell all the way out of the top 10 to the top 20.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, look at Daredevil again, being a bottom bitch like he always is. Because he tried to say, it's Jen commenting on the Squidward, he's Squidward, I'm Squidward. Because here's what he tried saying, the Hawkeye has multiple prints. This has multiple prints too. Listen, Spider-Man has how many prints? It just came out in January.
We're on 5.
Yeah.
We're on
It's
fifth
getting to
for
5. I feel like it's going to hit a 6th print.
We're on the 3rd for the 2nd. And then we're on the 2nd on the 3rd already.
Yeah, which is really funny.
And X-Men 97 is getting a 2nd printing. It's the freaking poster from... Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, like the...
Where they're all standing. Where they're all standing. It's this cover. I'll find it.
I'll have to... We'll look at it. Show me.
Yeah.
But... Yeah. The thing with comic sales, and I've noticed, Ultimate Spider-Man is selling.
Yep.
So...
Daredevil is not. You go into any shop you can see, people are asking for Ultimate Spider-Man. Because it's actually good. Because no one wants to read Amazing right now.
Amazing is a piece of crap.
No, we're not talking
Are you excited for him to be the Green Goblin?
Listen, I've already talked to you about this. What the fuck is this? I hate this dog crap. Todd, you should have let me.
I'm about to get the stream banned.
Todd, we could have. I had my chance. You told me no, don't do this. I could have gone to Motor City Comic Con and finally cussed out this guy.
That's just mean to do. I'm
I
sorry.
reading this damn comic book. That's awful.
I get it. I get that you're upset. But to go to somebody and be like, you do a terrible job, go fuck yourself. That's not a good thing to do.
I would have had him sign Spider-Man issue 1.
If you're Zeb Wells, it's okay.
Todd, let's look at the Spider-Man numbers at Comic City, man. Let's look at Spider-Man numbers.
They still sell.
I know.
Paul. Nobody likes Paul. Why was Paul And then he had the bright idea of, let's go do Jackpot.
Dude,
Where's the noose?
Dude,
Where's the...
that comic book series is the most god-awful thing I've read. I know Max enjoys it. Max somewhat likes it. But this whole thing with the Spider Goblin, it better not be my pull.
Well, you realize now I'm going to put it in there.
I already know.
He's gonna hide it.
But, but the Spider Goblin theme is it's intriguing, but it's stupid.
I don't understand why. What is the point
Yeah.
of it? I tried understanding the point. Something about Sin Eater, and I'm like, so what does that have to do with Peter Parker becoming the Goblin? You didn't even...
Yeah. I think the idea of, like, Spider-Man becoming a Green Goblin could be an interesting story. It's just... This guy doesn't know how to write Spider-Man.
No, he really doesn't.
And also, the Romita Jr. art style also doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Because they all have that same blank-ass expression of... Even when Kamala Kai died, it was...
Oh, yeah.
Kamala.
Well, that was an editor decision right there.
That was a Feige decision.
Yeah.
A lot of this is like I heard a lot of this is like Marvel's decision. Like this guy's just making it to please Marvel. But the idea of Peter Parker as the Goblin is weird. But then again, Carnage, the Carnage symbiote bonding with Norman Osborn, turning the Red Goblin was a freaking hit.
Wait, was that under Zeb Wells?
No, that
No,
was Dan Slott. That was the last couple. That was the last run.
Because what was the last run before Wells came on?
Oh, with that was Sinister 6. When then we got to find out who what was that villain's name, and we found out it was Harry.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Harry.
No, I was talking the Ben Reilly Chasm thing.
Oh,
That happened in the, what was it called, the Beyond story arc or whatever?
it was just called.
Yeah, who was the last
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was he couldn't call himself Spider-Man because I think Kingpin bought the name or something. It was like, I'm like, it wasn't, who was it? Spencer. No. Wasn't he Spencer?
I think it was Spencer.
Spencer.
Because Slott was before Spencer, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. With that comic book series, we would not have Black Cat and Mary Jane.
Oh yeah, that was the only good.
That is research
That was the
purpose.
only good outcome when she told MJ she had a dump truck ass.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing.
Can you imagine JJ owning the rights to the name Spider-Man?
Oh my God, I would die every day watching.
Speaking of, also keep talking about Spider-Man.
Let's talk about Spider-Man for.
I like
Let's get this out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, CinemaCon, there was a lot there. We had the G.I. Joe, DC, stuff you already know that was in development. Some Marvel stuff got shown off. Deadpool Wolverine, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The PSA now is going to be played in front of the movie.
Is it really?
Oh yeah,
Oh
It's
yes.
going to play in front of the movie now.
Can't wait.
I'm excited for that.
Um,
I'm just excited for Deadpool in general.
Especially now it's under Marvel Studios and Disney.
It's the face.
Fuck Fox. I'm going to
Disneyland
Disneyland.
is the greatest.
So
treat.
I've heard that he says that before it's the suit up scene, and he comes out of the elevator going, "Oh!" I was like, "Oh God, I know that this is gonna be great."
Or-
Which the internet being the comic book Twitter internet,
Could you
this
imagine?
sounds cringe.
Could you imagine?
No, it doesn't. That sounds hilarious. Him
Yeah.
telling, "Fuck, fucks, I'm going to Disneyland."
This is Deadpool. I mean, like
It's
at the end of the day,
Deadpool.
he's going to say stuff like that. I'm curious to see what the credits are going to be like.
Oh my.
Could you imagine the Marvel logo? The Marvel logo is gonna be fucking hilarious.
The Marvel Studios.
The Marvel
Yeah.
Studio logo.
Well,
I feel like it's just gonna be the one we've seen in the trade, like that. Trade.
no, I think it's actually going to be all a Fox.
What did we? I was telling you guys the idea. Yeah, it's the that's gonna show the Fox logo. But from what I heard I don't know if it's true or not. This is when I was still looking at like leaks and stuff, and I knew shit. He's gonna blow up the logo.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's gonna start doing Marvel Studios. See, and now people were like, "That sounds dumb." It's like, no, it doesn't. That's Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's known for doing shit like this. And here's what I've heard also too: do not treat this as a sequel to Deadpool 2. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
Like the first two, you can watch them back to back because they go off each other back to back. Sean Levy said, "This is not Deadpool 3. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not tied to that. It's just its own thing." He goes, "You're gonna see a little stuff tied. That's gonna be a nod back to the first two, obviously." He goes, "But there's no plot points that come over. It's a new story.
Yeah.
It's just them having fun. It's basically they're going on a trip through the multiverse."
And I'm excited for that. That's what I'm really excited about. I'm really hoping a lot of the rumors are true. With all the guest characters.
I know the Electro one is real because
I know that
they
one is.
confirmed it themselves.
Yeah.
They're like, "Welcome back, Jennifer Garner. Like we missed you."
I've heard rumors, and I'm hoping it's true. I'm really hoping that Chris Evans. But I want him as the Human Torch.
Yeah, I could see them doing that one.
Yeah.
Because the longest rumor was when Secret Wars got announced was Chris Evans walks through a portal, but he's wearing the form and he says "Flame on."
No, I want it to be.
I
I
was-
want Chris Evans to walk through a portal. He picks up the shield, and goes "Flame on."
I could see them doing that just for the sake of, "Hey, Chris, do you want to come do this cameo real quick?" Because I don't see that original team coming back for Secret Wars.
Here's my thing. I don't see. I hear rumors that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. I really hope those are all fake.
I could see Robert Downey Jr. coming back.
I really don't want him to come back.
Here's who I don't see coming back. Just because one of age and just I think they're off doing other stuff. But if they get the call, I won't be upset. I'll be like, "Okay, you went out your effort." I don't see what's his name, Aiden Grofer. I don't see him coming back. I feel like that one is just hey, if you want to come do this real quick, you can. But like
I
Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
She's not really doing much.
She's not doing much, but I don't see her throwing on the suit just to be like, all right, I'm gonna come do a cameo. It's like
my thing with the whole Secret Wars is, to me, it's gonna be the culmination of every single Marvel project that was ever made.
Yeah.
Because
it's okay. It was hardcover books. It was nothing major.
But
Pick it up later.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's gonna be this combination of all these Marvel movies finally to come together. We're gonna build this big Secret Wars, and then what's gonna happen is we're gonna reboot. It's gonna be this big anniversary for all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, you have to.
And then it's gonna reboot because we're going to see the Fantastic Four. We're going to see all the Fantastic Four. I think money's going to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, one actor I don't see coming back. I don't see Ian McKellen coming back.
Yeah, I can see that. I can
He's
see.
just gonna be old by that point, like super old.
Yeah, I don't see him coming back.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
50-50.
Patrick Stewart always talks about, he'll say I'm not coming back, and then he comes back.
But here's the thing, though. He's gonna be how old when they start doing Secret Wars? That's what I've heard is. Here's what I've heard. As long as, and this is like a really like dark thing to say, as long as Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen aren't dead by then, expect them to be possibly in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
But I don't see Ian McKellen. Halle Berry is like a maybe. 50-50.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Probably not, but that's more of legal issues than
Yeah,
anything
that's more
else.
legal issues, and I've heard just
Nicolas
stories.
Cage.
I still believe it's going to happen. I still think Cage is going to be in it.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no only because we know how he acts, and we just know he's probably just like. Now, if they show a clip of him through a portal and he just looks and like just walks away, like I won't be like, oh, okay, yeah. But I don't see Nick Cage coming back for a movie like that.
There's gonna be that we're gonna top that portal scene, and I think it's gonna be everyone showing up. I think it's just gonna be a one-day shoot. Everyone's gonna show up in their suits. They're gonna get paid that money that Disney or Marvel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like half these actors aren't coming back because it's money you have to throw out. And then what you're saying is, hey Disney, we don't have money because toy sales are down right now. All this is down. You're not paying half of those cameos. That you want.
We don't have to pay these guys. AI.
Yeah, but then you're gonna piss off people.
That's
because here's the
You
thing.
already pissed off people with the Flash.
That's my issue. You're gonna bitch about the Flash. You're gonna bitch about Marvel.
Maybe not.
No, you have to, because then you cannot not bitch if Disney does it.
Yeah, but if you make a great film,
I don't care if you make a great film. I don't care. People are gonna bitch about it. You're gonna bitch about both. You're not gonna be bitch about one and then be happy about the other. I don't care if it's nostalgia cameos. I don't give a shit. You do not have the right to bitch at one and then give the other one a pass for doing the same thing.
It's gonna be that thing where it's Marvel over DC.
Again, I
know.
I don't give a shit.
I get it, but still.
that's where it's gonna come down.
That's what it's gonna come down to.
I don't care at the end of the day.
I know.
Because here's the thing: the Flash did it first. Now they did it to where the way it looked because of the universes colliding. That's fine. Did they have the characters actually open their mouth and say anything? No, they were just looking around.
The one thing out of the whole thing with the Flash topic is I would have loved to see a bigger sequence with Nicolas Cage's Superman. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but that wasn't even AI. That was just CGI.
Kinda.
But
it's just I think it was it was crunch time for that movie.
Yeah, because he wasn't really. I think he like showed up for like for half the day and didn't even know what he was doing.
He did say he suited up though.
Oh, he did.
He did put the Superman suit on. He said they did like scanned. He was there for like maybe 2-3 hours, and they told him, okay, we're good. Yeah. But all that is just CGI of them, CGIing him to do that.
But at the end of the day, as much as you get angry over everyone complaining about the Flash over Marvel, the stupid excuses, it's just Marvel. That's the problem.
And I'm gonna tell people that. Okay, well then it's just DC.
You have your
because here's the thing. What's gonna happen? Disney isn't gonna get half of those permissions just because they're Disney. No one's gonna give a shit.
Yeah,
they can do whatever they want because they're Disney. The only reason it came down to Warner Brothers pissed everyone off is because Zaslav is the bad guy right now in everyone's eyes. Because of you didn't give us Batgirl, you didn't give us Wile E. Coyote. You're canceling this. You're bringing in James Gunn. How could you do this to us?
But at the end of the day, too, if say Superman works and Creature Commandos works and everything else works, and Marvel is putting out still half-assed stuff, people are gonna start. Then people will complain about Marvel more and more.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those weird. It's just that weird family. It always will be like that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying Disney, Marvel Studios will not get the pass if they do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit if it's all nostalgia. I will say no. I do not want you to bring AI for certain characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can easily call them. You can easily get the money. We know you have the money. Just sack up. Actually make good movies.
Yep.
I give you benefit of a doubt. But if you're just going to use AI for those and then just kill them off, that's where you don't get the pass. Because here's the thing. The Flash didn't kill them off. They were all resurrected and still in their own universes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as we know, shit wasn't affected by that. It just went all back to being the same, except Barry is in the Clooney universe. Or not in the Clooney universe. He's the Schumacher.
It's just weird. The multiverse doesn't make sense within the Flash universe because the Michael Keaton Batman isn't the Michael Keaton Batman from the '89 movies.
Yeah, it's a different Michael Keaton.
It's Ben Affleck mixed with Michael Keaton. That's what it is.
Because I had to explain to Kyle, and he's like, "It didn't make sense they brought in Michael Keaton." I go, "Yes, it does."
See, to me,
that's why half the audience went to go see it. It's Michael Keaton.
And I think that's one of the reasons why the Flash kind of failed, because it wasn't '89 Batman. It should have been '89 Batman. This is the problem with multiverse in general, is that they're bringing in Professor Xavier,
but it wasn't.
But it's not Fox Xavier, you know.
I think that was the '97 Xavier.
And it could be, you know.
I have a feeling they're toying with us right now. I think '97 takes place before Multiverse of Madness.
And that's a possibility, because there's...
Now we're getting to that point where he's coming back to Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's weird, because people are theorizing that 97 is essentially a pilot for the X-Men to come into the MCU.
Well, that's why Wolverine gets the yellow suit. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's been...
We're going to see at the end of the season what happens.
Yeah, because there was a comic book for the X-Men animated series where essentially the multiverse rips open and they go through it.
Is that the Secret Wars one? With the tie-in with Secret Wars?
No. This was an actual, like...
Okay.
It actually... A sequel to the cartoon.
Okay.
Or something like that. I haven't read it.
It's a new X-Men book.
It was
the original X-Men, right? Where they're traveling through the multiverse?
It was towards the end of when the cartoon.
It's called X-Men Adventures. That's what it's called, because how they would do for cartoons was X-Men Adventures, Spider-Man Adventures, and the Batman Adventures. Mm-hmm. X-Men Adventures ran from 92, I think, to 97.
Well, we now know they want to continue into animation after 97.
Yeah.
They're talking Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man.
I only care about one, and that's Spider-Man, and I just want one season. I just want them to tell the story of them looking for Mary Jane, and after that, I don't care.
Honestly, I agree with Todd. Spider-Man was supposed to be for one more season, and it didn't happen. The Fantastic Four was fine. Hulk was good, but Hulk was just Hulk. It wasn't...
Yeah. Like, the Iron Man cartoon, the Hulk cartoon, the Silver Surfer cartoon, the Fantastic Four cartoon, they're okay. They don't have that lasting impact that they had compared to X-Men and Spider-Man. Those are the ones that we want. And then once you're done with that one, go ahead. Give a call to, Greg and bring back Spectacular Spider-Man for one more season.
Well, I feel like that's a Sony call, though.
Actually...
No. Disney owns all the TV rights for all the cartoons.
Actually, so why do you get taken off Disney Plus then?
Because it's Disney Plus.
It's just Disney Plus moves.
I mean, things come and go. I want to see that one. I want to see Wolverine the X-Men.
I'll tell you what I want to see. They'll do it, but it's too expensive. They're not going to do it. But I love to see that Spider-Man new animated series. They left you with a cliffhanger, the biggest cliffhanger ever, which was Spider-Man, Peter Parker quitting, throwing the suit in the water. Mm-hmm. That's how it ended. And it was like waiting for season 2. Perfect.
Oh.
Yep.
No, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
Perfect. But, I mean, I know it was the budget. I know people weren't watching it because it was on MTV. It was on the weirdest airtime, too.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like midnight or something?
Yeah. It was on at midnight.
And another cartoon I would love to see them do another season for. Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh, I 100%. I wish that show never got canceled.
Yeah.
Why did that get? Wasn't it just because they want to do Avengers Assemble?
They wanted to tie it in with the Avengers.
Yeah, that's what it came down to.
That was the whole reason, because the poster and.
Yeah, there was that one. Really, that's the only cartoons I would love to see them, come back with.
There was talk.
I feel like I'm missing one. Wolverine, the X-Men.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
There was another Fantastic Four series.
Oh, World's
Yeah, but
Greatest.
we don't talk about that.
World's Greatest Heroes. That was the weirdest show, man. Armored Adventures was good, but it ended.
Yeah.
But while you guys are thinking of that, I can go quickly back to CinemaCon news.
Oh yeah, let's go back to CinemaCon.
This
Alright.
one's the biggest.
If you've been living under a rock with CinemaCon and you don't know what's going on, I'm going to tell you what's going on. So, there was a rumor for the longest time, because I talked to lead writer on this series, Mr. What was his name? Tom Waltz. He actually is friends. So, Tom Waltz is friends with Jen's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. He grew up in Michigan. So, Tom Waltz is from Michigan. Yeah. So, that's a fun thing. So, if you didn't know, Tom Waltz did this little fun series.
Well, he brought back Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he brought
essentially.
back Ninja Turtles first. And then, Mr. Eastman, Mr. Kevin Eastman, they have
Peter
this
Laird.
fun... And Peter Laird. You might have heard of this little indie series they did called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It has like 3 live-action movies, got 2 other live-action movies.
A cartoon movie.
By Warner Brothers.
We have to talk about the cartoons. Okay, but continue.
But anyway, if you didn't know, or if you lived under a rock for the past few years, there was a series that came out titled The Last Ronin. Backstory about The Last Ronin is they created this, 30 years ago, the concept that there was going to be one surviving turtle, and he was going to go on a quest to kill Shredder's kids. Because, Shredder's kids took out the 3 other turtles and most of the turtle fam. So, at CinemaCon, we got the greatest news known to mankind. I was crying at work about it. I was texting everyone about it. I said, we finally got it. Paramount, live action. They are doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. Full movie will be rated R, which I am super excited about. My only request is bring back the rubber suit.
Yeah, I
want the rubber suit back.
I want a suit kind of mixing with the CGI type deal.
Yeah.
This is my thing, because I think this is a great story. I think everyone should read it.
Before we get into that, about it being a great story, there was one problem. Once the movie got announced of who was producing this movie.
Oh, the dude from DC.
It's the man who almost sank half of the DC universe.
Yeah.
That is Walter Hamada.
Yeah.
That's what scares me about this movie, is Walter fucking Hamada.
Well, what worries me is going to be the budget. Because this is a rated R Ninja Turtles movie.
Yes. If you don't know, I could probably bring up one of the panels real quick.
Like, let me rephrase that again. A rated R Ninja Turtles movie. I cannot see the budget being, $100 million. I'm expecting like a $40 million or $50 million budget movie.
I'll give it a John Wick budget.
But there's a lot of things that
I
believe need to be changed.
So if you don't know, the final turtle is Michelangelo.
Spoiler alert!
It was always planned to be. Listen, the book's been out for like how long now?
I don't care. Spoiler alert!
So yeah, this is one of the gruesome deaths. The daughter of Shredder kind of stabs Raphael. Yeah, Katara kind of stabs Raphael with his own side.
Yeah,
it's very brutal. That's the only death you see that's brutalized.
Mm-hmm.
Is that death? All the other ones are just kind of like off panel. They happen really quickly. Raphael is the ones that last the longest.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
This is going to be my other big thing. They got to change the main villain.
No, you could still do the grandson.
I think you need to change the villain. I really do. If you want this to really sell, I really think it should be Shredder, and I think it should be Baxter Stockman.
Well, Baxter Stockman.
He's in it.
Blown up in one of the 3rd issue.
Yeah. So
Leonardo and Casey die in the building.
Baxter Stockman kind of still lives though.
Oh, I didn't. I kind of read that far, and then I kind of just saw they did 4 new Turtles because it got ruined for me when I was so. Let me bring up another story from State of Comics, and this is why I almost punched this dude when he said it. I went to go pick it up. I like the guy Charles, great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He told me everything I need to know. Tells me like what's going to be high, what's going to be low. But the guy didn't care. And that's what pissed me off. Is I was picking up, and I knew nothing about what was happening at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I knew Donatello and all of them die, through the arrow. Like, they got 300, which was really funny. I go in there. I go pick up the book. Right as I'm checking out, is Shredder. Where? As I'm going to check it out, Charles goes, "There's 4 new turtles." I go, "Are you fucking kidding me? Treat this as fucking Infinity War and Endgame. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't care if you're a regular.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's kind of just disrespectful. Like, I don't care if I'm a regular there. Don't just say it and I'm, like, actually reading this book. Like, if I would have went in during Infinity War and told everyone, half the universe gets snapped, I would have got my head chewed off.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's turtles and you just shouted, "There's 4 new turtles, that's dumb." What's dumb to you is going to be cool to someone else. And you said that with a full story. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little...
But I generally believe for the mass audience, I really think they should change who the villain is.
No, I don't think you have to.
Because a lot of people don't even like the villain.
Well, here's the thing is why you probably don't. Because you have the animated movie that's going to do Shredder. You can be fine without him.
Yeah, but that animated Shredder is going to be completely different from the Shredder that we're used to.
I feel like it is, but just for the sake of how the story's told, it has to be the grandson. Because the grandson is the one who starts the war with the turtles again. Because remember, they made
why not just make it be an old Shredder?
But remember, why would Shredder break his own deal?
Because he's the Shredder.
Yeah, but he's the one who started that pact of, hey, we're not going to fight each other. I'm losing men. We're just it's a peace treaty. I'm not going to... Right when Shredder dies is when the grandson goes, "I'm waging war on the fucking turtles. I want them dead."
Mm-hmm. Then maybe not the grandson, but at least the daughter.
Yeah, oh yeah, you could do what was her name? Katara.
Not Katara.
Wasn't it Kai or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's in a lot of the other stuff with.
Like you want to have that name recognition because again, one, people didn't really like him. A lot of people think he was just a generic villain. Why? Who cares? Mm. But two, it's just like the mass audience doesn't read comic books.
That's true.
So it's like you need to have that name. You need to have those. You need to have Baxter Stockman. You got to have.
I mean, they can't
Shredder.
Appear. I'm not saying they can't appear.
Yeah. But I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do the.
Who do you think should direct it? People have said the man who left the remark in the beginning, Robert Rodriguez.
That would be really interesting, because he knows how to do things with practical effects. He knows how to do things on a budget.
So like right here, you want the mic? Okay.
He knows how to tell a story like that, because again, this is going to be a very stylized.
Yeah, it's going to be movie. Machete but turtles.
It's going to be like Machete or Sin City. Yeah. That's how I really look at this. This is the Sin City of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. It's the Frank Miller of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that'd be an interesting read. I'm not
Miller doing the Turtles.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Jason Aaron.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, isn't he taking over now yet?
Yeah. 150 hasn't ended yet.
Oh yeah.
150, I'm really worried about because apparently they're changing the origin. That's the big rumor. Like,
well, I also heard some stuff from Tom Waltz is that they had talks with Marvel, and I know a hero they're bringing in.
That'd be really interesting.
It's the one everyone's been asking for, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, so what's this rumor about? You had talks with Marvel about Daredevil because it's apparently the same mutagen, right?" Mm-hmm. He's like, "We've had talks. I can't tell you yes or no." And he was smiling, and I go, "You smug son of a bitch." They said yes, didn't they?
I haven't read this book. I'm gonna be honest. I've never read this book.
Yeah, thanks a lot. See, he hasn't even read it. You ruined this for him.
It's alright. I'm very much looking forward to this movie, though.
Yeah,
I really.
You should at least just read. It's a fun read.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude,
it's a Western samurai turtle story.
Dude, I could come in probably on Saturday, grab a copy, sit in my little,
sit in Adam's like kitty corner that he always runs to,
and just read it.
But yeah, it's very. I've said you could even just borrow.
I'm gonna borrow it. I might wipe it out tonight.
It's only just 6 issues.
You can borrow my copy or his copy. Doesn't matter.
And if it's good, I'll pick it up. And
they also did the new one, which I have actually the variant.
It's
cover
not
right
very,
here.
in my opinion, not
I
very
got the
good.
variant cover. I got
That is
the
actually
actual-
kind of cool cover.
The cool, the Turtles too. It's the Lost Years. It's the Bishop. The Ben Bishop cover.
I'm not a fan of it. I just,
But that's Lost Years. But now they're
Yeah.
doing the Revolution or
yeah.
yeah.
It's weird. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Just here's some new Turtles. Some old, reimagining of old villains.
Are they just milking it off?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
they're
it feels
just
like
milking the
they're
success
milking
now
it.
of Last
Because
Ronin.
this is like the new wave Turtles.
Well, I don't think people knew that this was going to be such a big hit.
Isn't there a game coming out?
Yes.
Yes, the
Yeah.
game is being developed. It's going to be God of War style.
Oh,
The newer God of War style.
Which is
So like
exciting.
2018 and Ragnarok God of War meets the last Ronin, where you're running around with multiple weapons, just beating the shit out of people.
They do the game first. They
Yeah.
put out the game first.
Yeah,
before
they're going to
the
put out
Yeah.
the game
for
first.
the movie. Then you have an
Yeah.
you'll have
Or
an
it's
audience.
gonna come out at the same time.
Like
I
I
think that
said,
would be kind of cool.
smart.
I've asked Tom Waltz when he came to Astra last year. I asked him all these questions. He even signed. I think I have his somewhere. Where did I put it?
Probably where all the other ones are at.
Yeah.
That one didn't fall. It's
Yeah.
somewhere.
But no, I've heard
Oh,
this
right
is
here.
one of the best turtle stories.
If you can
Nice.
see, yeah, I got the Tom Waltz.
But yeah, you've told me this is one of the best turtle stories. Like even I need to
Yeah.
I gotta pick it up, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I told my dad about the premise, and he says that sounds really good.
Honestly, for the Ronin books, Jen, all you just need to do, you guys can just borrow it. Just read this one.
Let's read it.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about reading the sequels and all that. Just read the main, just 6 issue.
That's what I tell people. Just if you want to know more about the next generation, yeah, go ahead and read it. But this is what you want to read.
Those-
That's like the definitive
those-
story. That was the original planned story. Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman drew out, and they said, "Oh, it's too dark. We can't do this just
Yeah.
yet," because everything Turtles was so kid friendly when Turtles hit big time.
But turtles were always meant to be dark. I mean,
Yeah, they
for-
originated off being
Yeah,
dark,
Mirage
and then
was
they
dark.
made a cartoon.
and then it was a hit.
Well,
and the
they
cartoon.
didn't all get the colored mask until Playmate stepped in and was like, "We can't differentiate, I can't say it.
Differentiate.
I can't say the word. Differentiate the turtles." So they gave them all the colored
Yeah.
masks and gave them the logos on the belt.
And that's
Yeah.
how it became a hit. But before I read this, which I will wipe this out probably by tomorrow, is it like a Logan style?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it's very Logan.
Then I'm gonna throw out another. Even though Robert Rodriguez might be the best one, I'll throw out the Logan director.
James Mangold.
I'm gonna throw
Well,
out
that'd
James
be-
Mangold right there.
Okay, here's my issues with James Mangold.
Indiana Jones 5.
Oh, we're not talking about that movie.
That wasn't a him movie.
That was
a
dumb.
Kathleen Kennedy
That was
movie.
dumb.
I liked Ford vs Ferrari from him.
That was a
I
great
loved
movie.
Logan. I loved the Wolverine. Indiana Jones was not. I don't think he should have directed that movie.
If he wasn't running DC, I would love to see James Gunn.
Oh, James Gunn taking over the Turtles would have been awesome.
I don't think it's his style.
You haven't seen his early work.
Well, I know his early work, but I just
Ooh.
don't. With what he's doing now, I don't think it fits what he wants to do. I feel like when you do the Turtles, you have to have a certain style. Turtles is weird.
Yeah. I mean, there's two styles that you have with the Ninja Turtles. You either go dark and gritty like the 90s.
Yeah, you go Mirage, or you
go 80s.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly, James Gunn is a good enough director, and he can do either one.
Yeah.
And he knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell that if he's a fan of it, he knows the style that he would want to do, and if that's if he loves Last Ronin, and if he got to direct Last Ronin, he's gonna make it like Last Ronin.
No, someone pitched out. This is where I immediately. You guys will be surprised. I said no to this idea. Someone said Zack Snyder.
I was
said,
about to
I said
say
no.
that.
Keep him away from fucking Turtles.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Keep him away, because here's the thing. This doesn't need a director's cut.
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's a simple.
Actually, I can see a director's cut. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. The backstories. There's a lot of backstories in this,
Yeah,
in
but
this
I feel
book.
like most of them are going to get cut.
Yeah.
Which
But
is,
imagine
which is fine.
filming all that.
I'm making one big epic 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's going to maybe hit 3 hours.
But no, I was ready to think that. I'm like, well, okay, but he's not really doing well with these Rebel Moon movies at all. And it's like, he has his hits and he has his misses. I was like, well, Zack Snyder would have done it visually beautifully. Like,
I maybe pitch who I'm throwing in the ring, since he's currently writing Dune Messiah. Dennis Voila. Just make it. It's supposed to just be like Blade Runner.
yeah.
Him just running around the Neo New York.
I don't.
So here's my question: do you want it to be? How stylized do you want it to be? Like, this is the big question. Like,
Yeah, I see the book.
Here's the thing.
look at this book. I mean,
I don't want it stylized just because it's dark and gritty. It's not supposed to be neon, colorful.
so I'm thinking like more like Sin City stylized.
You're gonna look at me weird. I've never seen Sin City.
You would love it.
It's very weird, dude.
Didn't Snyder do that one too?
No,
No,
that was
that was
I've heard
Rodriguez,
people say he did that one.
because it has that same style.
Have you ever
Oh.
seen The Spirit?
Well, that was Frank Miller.
That was Frank Miller, but it's the same style. This could.
Why are there two atoms in the room?
See, you're actually seeing double.
We pulled one from a different universe. We can go into the Culture Shock multiverse now.
Yeah.
We did So me and Juan were talking earlier while you guys pulled into the fun story. We were talking about writing a movie of how Culture Shock got formed in the style of Transformers 1. but then I told him, I go, really, Culture Shock coming together is just the Muppet movie.
Yeah.
I go, Adam would be singing in a swamp playing the banjo. I'd be at a bar playing piano. Todd is the Rolf of sleeping in the chair. Hey, Todd, you want to come do Culture Shock stuff? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the... What is it? One of the females is... who would be Miss Piggy?
Jen?
No.
Madison?
No. Oh my god. I feel like... I really want to say Kyle would be the Miss Piggy. Just because it gives us a reason to put a wig on Kyle.
This is pretty
Of him, like, doing, like, a show. Like, it's like, I want to be Mr. Freeze. Like, it's the... Alright, fine. You can be Mr. Freeze. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I can be Miss Piggy. Alright, we throw Bloon away. Honeydew and Beaker are Cecilia and Jen. Those two would be in a lab. Just doing the dumbest shit known to man.
Yeah.
That's those two. I feel like Joe would be Sam the Eagle.
Yeah.
Who would Brad be?
I'm still thinking about
I'm. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking the scene where Kermit and Fozzie
Hold on.
are driving. No,
The Nerds Layer boys are the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah.
I said they're the Electric Mayhem band.
But this is how I look at Brad. He's Big Bird in the Muppet movie.
He just walks by, hey guys, hey, where you going? I'm going to New York.
I'm gonna go publish a comic book.
I hope he does good. It's like we just show like his comic, like that'd be fun. I feel like Brad would love it. Jen goes yes to Honeydew Melon, and them being Beaker and Honeydew Melon. I'm telling you, we're gonna just take the script, we're gonna change it around, we're gonna actually film this thing. I want to do this one.
Who's the old people?
Marcus and your dad. It's not even Marcus and Devin.
No, it's your parents.
Yeah,
It's just your parents in general.
My parents have
Who would the child be? The child fits in the lore.
child.
Which child?
My
Mary.
sister.
Oh, she's Animal.
Yeah.
BTS! BTS!
Mary, stop! We could just stab her, put a syringe in her and knock her out. Who would John be?
Where's Gonzo in this? We need a Gonzo.
I feel like John would be Gonzo.
Yeah.
What is he? Isn't he the third one that's recruited?
Yeah.
He's the third one. Adam is Scooter. No, Adam's the Kermit of all this.
I'm trying to think of a good director. Still.
Who would be the guy who appears to Adam when how Kermit's playing Rainbow Connection in the swamp? Who's the guy that says, "Hey, here's a card. YouTube makes people famous." Who would that be? I feel like
So let's just say if we had unlimited money and we could get anyone we want.
Oh yeah.
It either needs to be Matt Pat or Mr. Beast.
Matt Pat. I'd want Matt Pat. Hey, you look like a guy who could talk on YouTube.
Oh my god, why didn't I think about it? Nostalgia critic, Doug Walker.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be something if we were to do this, I want to do this.
Yeah.
We'd have to actually sit down and say, hey, fly, can you just do this scene quickly and talk to Adam? And we would fly you.
I think he would totally do it.
I have the director.
What?
It's Doug Liman. He did Edge of Tomorrow.
Ooh.
He did that Roadhouse movie, and then he did The Bourne.
The new Roadhouse?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one movie that I will say, to, but it's a futuristic, that Chaos Walking, and then he did Jumper.
I know this is going to be a very weird pick. Ang Lee.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, back to your culture shock. Sorry.
But I mean, like, you want someone that, talking about, last run real fast.
Yeah.
Just you want someone that has that martial arts background too.
What about Joseph Kowalski? He did Top Gun Maverick. He did Oblivion, Tron Legacy.
Christopher Nolan.
No.
I agree. I 100% agree.
No.
Yes.
No.
I 100% agree. Get
No.
me Christopher Nolan on the phone right now.
Suicide Squad director.
David Ayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see David.
Chris, baby, hey.
Give me the phone.
I've got
Hang up the phone with Chris
I got a
Nolan.
perfect movie.
He's gonna drop 2 bombs, but it's not gonna be the one you think is gonna be good.
He's gonna get Christian Bale voicing
No.
it just for you.
No, because I'm gonna hear I'm the last Ronin. I'm Michelangelo. No, I don't want that.
What about J.J. Abrams?
Ooh, no.
No.
Nah.
That's like saying Steven Spielberg. It's just like that's your safest pick. Like,
What about Robert Zemeckis?
No.
No. Not for him. I go Edgar Wright. With the action.
He hasn't done a comic book movie yet.
No,
Oh,
no.
yo, know what?
I got it. George Lucas.
No, I got it. His last movie, Quentin Tarantino.
no.
No, wouldn't fit. Well, he's not
I'm
even
kinda-
doing the movie critic
I
anymore.
know. I'm kind of like sad about that.
Did you hear why he's canceled it?
Why?
He changed his mind.
Oh yeah.
That's literally the reason. And I put it on Twitter. I go, that's just a Quentin Tarantino thing to say. Just, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
But he doesn't say that he's not doing it. He just said that's not his last movie anymore.
Yeah.
So I think he's saving that for another.
Yeah.
Which also, the movie critic, it sounds good, but it sounds like that's the best you got for your last movie.
It again. I have no idea what this movie really is
It was
about.
just going to be about a movie critic reviewing movies.
I'll be in it.
Yeah.
man.
Can you imagine how awesome that is? Written by Tarantino. Like, I'm sorry.
It sounds awesome, but again, this is what you're doing.
It's
for, like-
Siskel and Ebert in action form.
But I compared it to Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Django, it's like, this is what you're ending off with.
I still think he's gonna do a Kill Bill 3.
Which I haven't seen Django Unchained, but I heard it's
That's
fantastic.
a great movie, dude. It's a fantastic movie, dude. The
I have
comic
it,
is
I just haven't seen it.
comic's awesome too.
Oh, it's a comic?
Yeah, they had a comic.
Yeah.
All right, back to
Django meets Zorro.
Yeah,
But
I was actually
I
pretty
haven't
good
seen
too.
it. Alright,
back to culture shock.
hold on Quentin Tarantino. I might get a lot of shit for this. I haven't seen Kill Bills.
They're a great movie.
They are a great movie.
Wiggle my toe.
I don't know.
I haven't seen Jackie Brown either.
You're not missing much with that one.
Wiggle my
I'm not
toe,
gonna lie.
it's like a thing.
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
half of Pulp Fiction, but not enough to say I've seen it.
I recommend it. I
Pulp-
don't know if you would like Kill Bill.
Wiggle
You know if I
my
like
toe. That's why
Yeah.
I remember it. It's a great.
It is what it is. The problem with Kill Bill, you're gonna love the action scenes in it,
The scenes are incredible.
but it slows down a lot.
When his foot fetish really kicks in
Yeah.
there. Wiggle my
What's the
toe.
other one? Is it Reservoir Dogs? I haven't seen that one. Or was that the one or Reservation Dogs?
Yeah, right.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Reservoir.
That one's great. That one I think you'd love.
The Django I've wanted to sit down and watch, but I just
You know,
haven't
you
had
would
the
love
time to
Hateful
see
Eight. You would love Inglourious Bastards.
I love that
I've
movie.
seen. I didn't finish it, but I watched it. I got up to the part where they go into the theater and he's like, Gorlami. He's like Arrivederci and he's trying to talk Italian. And he's like, alright, I speak the most Italian, so I'll be the one doing it. It's like, you're the photographer. What is it? You're the photographer. You don't gotta say anything. Just there and take photos and start yelling. But I know,
So-
like, a lot of good cast is in Inglourious Bastards. I know Baron Zemo is in it.
Yep.
Daniel Bruhl,
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
I think
what's the
probably
dude?
his
Ryan
best
from
role.
The Office.
Yep.
I can't remember his name, but I just know him as Ryan from The
Mike
Office.
Mike Myers is in it.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay, I remember seeing him as one of the. I remember seeing his name. I was like, who the fuck is he playing? In the Michael Fassbender's in it.
Yep.
Yeah, I do like the opening where the Jews are hiding under the thing, and it's just like, all right, that's a fighting squad.
It's just my thing with the movie critic, and this is why I'm like was so excited about. because he's a movie nerd making a movie about a movie critic. Like, to me, that is fascinating.
But to end that on his last movie, it's kind of like...
I bet you it's the best written thing. I bet you it's one of the best things he's ever written.
But he probably did say this is probably one of the not best things I've written.
Because
I actually like... A lot of people don't like it. I like Once Upon a Time.
I love that movie.
That's the one I haven't seen yet.
Dude, that movie's so good.
Yeah.
I went to go see it because the Bruce Lee. I was like, wait a minute.
No, I watched it because DiCaprio was right in. I was like, oh, man. But it's that what if.
He's supposed to be still doing that series.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh my god, what's the series DiCaprio's character played on? It's
Oh,
the Western series or something.
Oh, yeah.
Bounty Law. That's what it was.
But let's keep talking about other things, because we keep sidetracking.
yeah.
Where were we?
We're back to CinemaCon?
Yeah, CinemaCon. Yeah, they did
Director.
announce that director for that. I don't know. I don't want it to be stupid. I just want it to be gritty, you know, because there's a lot of action in that.
I want some sort of style.
Because
with
here's
it.
the thing. You need style, but you have to get where Wrath just charges in and takes out like half the Foot Clan.
Oh, yeah.
That has to be in the movie, no matter what.
It's going to have some of the most sickest fight scenes. I was just looking at the panels. It's going to definitely have.
Because as much as you want to say you want to cut out the backstories, you can cut out a few backstories.
Yeah.
You can't cut out the Raphael where Splinter's, like, he thinks Splinter died, and they're all going, oh, he's okay. Hey, where's Raph? Damn. Like, he is gone.
Yeah.
And then you cut to Karai going, we did it. We killed Splinter. And then Raphael just busts in and just starts, like, just cutting off, hey, like, he's decapitating half of the Foot Clan. Just by himself. And it's one of the coolest... He's taking out, like, 12 dudes at once. Like, this man's just taking sides and just cutting off heads. That's how brutal Raphael gets. And it's so damn good.
Yeah.
You can maybe shorten where they go into, what is it, the tower, and it all gets blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Him going to... I forgot where does he go?
I think you could take out the Fugitoid.
Yeah, I have to reread. There's a lot of stuff I forgot about last round.
They're going to talk about this probably at Comic-Con. They'll probably talk
Yeah, I
more,
can see them talking about it.
They'll talk more about it.
Because it's a Turtles thing.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about a lot of stuff at Turtles. Turtle.
One of the things I was excited about.
Is Ang Lee Turtle enough for the Turtle Club?
But oh yeah, we were talking about Culture Shock, the movie.
Yeah, we were talking about that. But
yeah.
let's get back to
CinemaCon. One of the things I was excited about when they announced, it's another SpongeBob movie. I love the SpongeBob.
Yay, the search for
This is
SquarePants.
yeah.
I just talked, and I had talked to Squidward. Oh, yeah. I talked to Squidward, and they said they're working really hard on it. They're working hard on it more than they're working on the show now these days.
I'm very interested about it because it's two things. A, SpongeBob is going to meet the Flying Dutchman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of the original writers is directing it from the old days.
The old SpongeBob.
So are we going to get that old feel?
I'm hoping so. The one thing that I will say, I saw the third SpongeBob finally. What was it? I was not a fan of it.
Oh, Sponge on the Run.
Yeah. I liked the premise, but I really wish they would just go back to 2D animation. That's what SpongeBob is. I get it's supposed to be 3D. I guess 3D's big, but I really just wish the animation would stay the same.
Yeah. I saw the last one, the Sandy Cheeks movie.
Okay.
I was not a fan.
Where did this one come out? Because I
thought it was coming out this summer.
Is it?
Okay, so I did not actually see the movie,
How-
but I saw the movie.
Awesome. Where'd you see this?
I don't want to know.
I'm
So I'm going to leave it right here that I have seen the movie.
okay. We'll talk about that. Later.
I will not tell you how I saw the movie, but I have seen the movie.
He sailed the 7 seas.
To make a long story short, it got it got leaked on Twitter,
Yeah, that's the one place where
and
I didn't expect that.
and people just took it off right away.
I figured it was gonna.
And it stayed on Twitter for like a good 4 hours, so people actually ripped it off Twitter. And,
What?
it is not a very good movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it's not their best.
I haven't seen a trailer. There's no trailers.
It's supposed to be on Netflix.
Why would it be on Netflix? That's
Yeah.
weird.
I think Netflix got the movie rights for that one.
Yeah. But Wanda Sykes is the villain,
Oh.
and she steals Bikini Bottom so she can be one with her fish.
What? I am one with the fish.
Yeah.
The fuck is that movie? Right. Moving on.
So Aquaman deep in the trenches?
Aquaman deep in the trench. Oh, no, she does not screw around with the fish.
She wants to be one with the fish.
Does she do anything to SpongeBob?
Yes, she clones SpongeBob. Her main goal is to like clone SpongeBob so she can sell SpongeBob to all the children in the world.
It's like cloning Adam.
Or me.
Or you. It's like cloning us and, you know, selling us to jobs that we all hate. That is dumb.
Yeah. Can you imagine like 3 of me like working at Amazon?
Could you imagine could you imagine 3 of me at Comic City, 2 of me at Palermo's, and 1 of me at Amazon? Good.
Ooh, I just thought of someone for Last Ronin. Gareth Edwards.
Oh,
That'd be an interesting
that would be a
choice.
great one.
If he's still doing the Jurassic World movie that's getting fast tracked, I feel like it's gonna get delayed.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get delayed. It's one of those things like Universal wants it out, but we don't have anything for it.
Gareth Edwards, you need your time. Because if you watch The Creator, very visual, very beautiful movie. Same thing with Godzilla 2014. Very beautiful, very visual, but story kind of sucked with that script. But
what about Godzilla vs. Kong? Director.
Adam Wingard?
Yeah.
He's working on Thundercats.
He's doing Thundercats.
Thundercats! Oh!
Yeah.
I'm very curious now.
I'm happy he's doing that one. Also, I'm
Well-
surprised Warner Brothers didn't talk about the other big one they have in secret development. That's in every sheet that's been coming with the movie updates that's been coming out.
Why Coyote?
This
Looney
one's gonna
Tunes.
be a surprise to some people.
Looney Tunes.
No,
No.
it's not anything Looney Tunes. You're close. It is Cartoon Network. Did you forget? I feel like I told you this one.
Listen, we're getting a Foster's Home for Imaginary movie.
I know.
Okay, it's called If. All right, I am waiting for the lawsuits to happen.
Okay, well, it's not that movie. It's not that movie.
Chocolate milk.
It's not that movie. They're doing Ben 10.
I've always heard that. Yeah.
And it's on the rap sheet of in development, development
Just
right now.
no Tom Holland.
No, they're not. They're gonna
tired.
find someone younger
Well,
because they're gonna do it it's in the style, in the vein of the original series.
I would love to see like a trilogy where it's, he's 10 years old,
He's old.
he's a
16,
teenager,
yeah.
and then he's older. I
see
would love that.
I would love to see it. I'm sorry. I'd love to see a Dexter's Laboratory movie.
That one I've heard got rumored.
I would love to see an animated one. I don't want to see a live action.
Yeah, because they did sign that deal with Grundy.
Granatowski.
But he hasn't done it. What has he done?
Yeah, I think something was signed, but I don't think he's allowed to do anything. I feel like he's not allowed to do anything. I want to see him do stuff.
It's like with J.J. Abrams. They signed the deal, but I think didn't they tear that deal up now?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they threw that out the window.
Yeah, they tear it up. Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
And there was one other person. I don't think it was Gendy. It was someone else. They tore up. Well, first of all, Mindy Kaling. I'm sorry, I don't find her funny.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Vilma. I didn't even hate watch it. I said why.
I watched one episode and I'm like, this is not for me.
The movie show's garbage. I hated it. I watched all of it.
But I might watch season 2 just to see if anything changes. Because at the end of the day, I don't really judge a show on its first season.
I just know there's a really stupid, dumb love triangle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Shaggy, Daphne, and Velma.
I'm okay with that.
It's 3.
I'm okay with that, but it's just like, does it have to?
The message.
Yeah.
The message, yeah, the critical drinker, the message.
But the thing that I'm worried about over is you have this Looney Tunes movie, not the Coyote one, but this other one.
The day the Earth blew up.
It's supposed to be coming out.
Yeah.
There's no marketing.
Because it's coming out in October, early November. Yeah.
I'm surprised CinemaCon wouldn't get something like that.
But didn't you say it's another
Studio bought it though, so that's the thing.
Yeah, my money's on Amazon.
No, it's not. It's some European company.
Yeah.
That bought it on the cheap. So I'm more curious about the Bugs Bunny one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like to know what the hell is going on with Wile E. Coyote.
Well, they said it's for sale. No one's bidding on it. And I could tell you why no one's bidding on it.
Because they're asking for too much money.
$70 million. That's what it took to make the movie. They
Yeah.
want that money back in full, or they can just, get half and just write tax right off.
I think this movie is gonna get grabbed. I don't know where it's gonna be grabbed. It's gonna get grabbed.
Here's the thing, and this is what you talked about. This is what I talked about. Warner Brothers lets it go. It's a big hit.
Yeah, and it looks bad on Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
It's
looks
gonna
bad
look
on
bad on Warner
But if
Brothers.
they don't release it, it still looks bad on them.
Yeah.
They're just in a box. They don't know what to do with this movie.
Yeah.
It's, hey, we could sell it to someone and get our $70 million back. But then if it's a hit, people are going to want a sequel or something close to it.
See, what I think they should do is they should release the movie in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make your money back when the movie leaves the theater, because a studio, like a company like Netflix, is gonna come in here like, yeah, we want the streaming rights. It's not that hard.
Or just put it on Max and make it a Max original.
My thing is I like what Todd's idea is put it on theaters, give it a marketing for kids. We saw Space Jam 2, even though the movie did, but the marketing did great for kids. I saw kids wearing Looney Tunes shirts again. Kids can get back into Looney Tunes, and I think that's a good idea. You just got to figure out a smart marketing.
But I mean, the problem with Wile E. Coyote is it's not really targeted to kids.
Yeah, it's targeted to adults.
So that's the kicker here.
Throw it on adults.
Or Adult Swim.
Throw it on Adult Swim.
You could, but I feel like that's a very expensive money just to put on Adult Swim just to lose that money.
Oh yeah. But
that's why they want the $70 million for it.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Most of the movie is CGI.
Yeah.
That's where all that budget went to.
Yeah. It's just my thing is that you're gonna make your money back on this movie. It's like Warner Brothers did the right thing. We have to go and support it.
It's like that with the internet. The internet's always like that.
And they might not make their $70 million back in the theater, but they're gonna make their money back with the streaming rights.
I say throw
Because it's gonna be a good movie.
I'd say, listen, you let Snyder come in and take $70 million just to put it on HBO Max. Just put Wile E. Coyote.
See, I still want to open my GoFundMe campaign to buy Warner Brothers for the sole purpose of just releasing Wile E. Coyote.
And then we sell it back again and make more money.
No, I would actually try to run it.
Todd Walsh, now new CEO of Warner.
Yeah. I feel like get movie fans to run a movie company and see what happens.
Then you're gonna have Soups making a movie.
No.
I'd
run.
I would find the right people, and people like Christopher Nolan be like, "Hey, you made a great movie with Oppenheimer. Let bygones be bygones. I'm a new guy."
Well, they already said that.
Mm-hmm. They already did. I thought you left. I thought you left Warner Brothers.
Right after Oppenheimer, Zaslav came back in and he goes, "What the fuck did you guys do to fucking?"
Yeah,
dude.
You want to know what it was? He wanted to release Tenet. They wanted to wait. They got into the argument of, "Hey, I need to put this out. I made a movie for theaters." Barely people went to see Tenet. That's why I kind of bombed. He goes, "Okay, I'm going elsewhere."
My thing is, if I ran Warner Brothers, I'd go get the Lego movie rights back again from this time from Universal, and I would create a whole Lego universe this time.
Well, it was all because Lego Movie Part 2 kind of.
Just because Lego Movie Part 2, one movie shouldn't.
So the first thing I would do right away is
you have to realize those movies are expensive to make because half of them are just Lego.
I will destroy the Harry Potter franchise reboot right away.
No, keep that one. Why would you destroy it? It's a series. It's gonna work out better. You can do.
No, I would still cancel it.
I would cancel it.
I'd say let it go for first season. Mm-hmm. See how it does.
First thing I would do right away, Godzilla vs. Kong sequel. Announce that right away.
Well, I think that has to do with the Legendary. What's going on with Legendary at the moment?
Yeah, but it's still through Warner Brothers.
I'd create the Hanna-Barbera universe. I'd reintroduce Hanna-Barbera to kids.
Because Scoob Bomb.
I would do something with Hanna-Barbera. Mm-hmm. I would do something with Cartoon Network.
Yo, I get Batman Beyond greenlit.
Yeah, that would be another thing I would do.
Come in there to buy Warner Brothers just to put it back on a shelf and say,
I'd be like, fuck you.
I would really look at all their properties that they have and figure what to do.
Bring back Yogi Bear.
I would do this. I would be stupid for some reason to do this, but I would bring back Saturday morning cartoons.
See the problem with that
It's a thing of its time.
Yeah, that was a product of its time. The way we consume media now is so different.
No, so I like what Pluto's doing. I'm really enjoying Pluto and Tubi a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to take Warner Brothers and I'm going to throw the channels on, and that way, like, nobody can pick.
Here's my question: if you were to you bought Warner Brothers today, you get to be CEO. Are you keeping James Gunn?
100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let him do his thing.
That's the one everyone's bitching about is Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad bombed. Why is this guy in charge?
But if I was doing that, I would also be getting Elseworld. I'd be creating Elseworld stories. I would have James Gunn focus on his universe, but I'd be getting my animators right away. I would still be going hard on those animated movies.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But my whole thing is, and today is the anniversary of Superman Day.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary,
Superman!
It's the anniversary of Superman and Lois. They've been around for 86 years. The characters. They put up a picture of them reading a comic today.
I like,
which is really funny. You can have fun on days like that. But the internet being the internet, Snyder did it first with him reading Watchmen on the set of Watchmen. It's like, you could have supported this argument if he was actually reading a Superman comic. But you're just trying to say he's the blueprint. And I pulled up another picture, and it was Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire reading Ultimate Spider-Man instead of Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was the learning curve. Yeah.
And then you get a picture of the X-Men, and they're like them throwing away the comic books.
That's another big thing I have with but that's a topic for another day. Is let directors and actors and writers read these what are you losing if they read the comics?
Really, no, it's just to know the character.
You're not losing anything. So I don't get where Feige's getting this logic of, no, we're not going to let you guys read the Secret Invasion comic. No, you should have let them fucking read the comic.
Yeah.
That was your first bad call you've done in how many years, Feige?
Nothing.
Well, he's made a couple bad calls, I'm not going to lie.
Bad calls. There's nothing like it.
No.
What did you say?
It said some music. I have no idea what that is.
But if I was, but the...
What is the bad calls you think Feige's made?
Marvels. Thor 2.
Thor Love and Thunder?
No, Thor 2. Thor 2.
Thor the Dark World.
Oh, Dark World. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a... Yeah.
Iron Man 3.
No, keep Iron Man 3. I loved Shane Black's Iron Man 3.
You're going to sit there and say the Mandarin was a good choice? I do not think so.
Yeah, pissed.
Listen, I can ignore the Mandarin, but Aldous Killian and the cool, what is it called?
It had moments.
It had its moments.
Yeah, it's a fun Shane Black film. So I'd say leave Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is fine. I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be. It's definitely better than 2. Rewatching 2 and Iron Man 3.
See, I hated 2.
Yeah, I liked 2 when it first came out, but rewatching it, I was like, this does get boring. There's a lot going on.
My problem with 2 is your villain whips people.
Yep.
Iron Man shoots rockets out of his butt.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who's going to win this fight. Mm-hmm. The man who shoots rockets out of his butt.
But I did like Iron Man 3. It was definitely... It didn't feel like a Marvel. It just felt like a Shane Black film. Because if you watch The Nice Guys... Yeah.
I'm trying to figure what else...
I can defend Iron Man 3.
Yeah. I'm going through everything.
Are you guys hiring? I wish.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure what else came out.
Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's on him.
The whole multiverse. This whole multiverse story.
Here's the thing. I don't blame him for Multiverse of Madness.
That was COVID and...
COVID and just the writer they got did not know.
The writer, COVID...
People are still trying to blame Raimi for it. I was like, no, he was not in the writer's room for that. I don't think he was.
I have the one I would...
I think just everything... I'm going to flat say this, and you're going to tell me I'm wrong. Everything that came out after Endgame.
Eternals is a big one.
I can agree and disagree with you because we've had our hits.
Yeah.
So WandaVision.
Yes.
I'll argue Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I really did like it. I felt
here.
I felt it was a good drama series. As much as everyone hates it, it was a good drama. It was Marvel's first good drama series.
Yeah. Like, okay. Somewhere along the line, like after after you did, you know, your first three.
Loki, I changed a few things.
Yeah. But those first three were really good shows. Like at the end of the day, Loki, Winter Soldier,
What if?
and What If, yeah. You know,
What if
those
that
four.
has
When
that-
you started,
Yeah.
somewhere along the line,
I would have canceled Black Widow.
yes.
Black Widow should have came out before and
It has nothing to do with females. I just don't think
No.
Black Widow fit the story.
It should have came out before Infinity War. Should have been one of the last ones.
I would have already announced publicly Shang-Chi 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's waiting on that one.
Eternals.
Because I don't think they know what to do.
do with it.
I think that's what it is. Like they're talking about it, but it's just like, is this worth the risk at the moment?
The Eternals is one of the.
You were hyped for the Eternals.
I loved the Eternals, but the thing
I
is,
said it looked very bland.
Yeah. I think the problem with Eternals was essentially it was a prequel sequel type deal, and what it should have been, they should not have been on Earth to begin with. They should have came to Earth and be like, we're here to talk to the Avengers because they saved the universe. Not, we can't interfere with Earth. That's wrong.
this gigantic.
You now have this huge plot hole, and you're asking too many questions now.
Although we can't intervene, yet one of them literally creates the nuke that decimates Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So that basically retcons your whole "we can't interfere," but you helped created the atom bomb.
With Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
The whole
Iron Man 3 is underrated.
Yeah. The whole plot story of the gigantic celestial.
Yeah.
That is on the Earth.
Hopefully, we're supposed to get answers about that.
I would
Captain
I
America.
would like to find out like this.
But I feel like that kind of got.
No, I think it's still there. Because from what I heard, the reshoots were all fight scenes.
But I also heard they cut Serpent Society.
Yeah.
And that's what Seth Rollins, the WWE star, was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be the leader of the Serpent Society. I'm like, no one gives a shit about them. Just like, yeah.
I still want, like,
Go away.
the thing I want with Marvel is I would love them to make, like, an evil, not necessarily a Dark Avengers, but, like, a team with all the, you know, different villains. Like, give me the Mandarin's daughter. Give me Baron Zemo, because he's still alive.
Yeah.
Give me, you know...
I wouldn't really count Baron Zemo as a villain anymore. He's just around.
You know, give me Justin Hammer.
Black Widow could have been better. Yeah. I had hype for Black Widow. I was like, oh, this looks like Winter Soldier out of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was...
Well, that's that's one thing I'm gonna blame Kevin Feige and Marvel about. I'm gonna blame Marvel about is everything has to feel like Winter Soldier. That they hype it up like Winter Soldier, but it's nothing like Winter Soldier.
But here's the thing: Winter Soldier didn't get hyped up.
Yeah.
The way we hype it up.
Well, now it is, and so like Captain America, New World Order, it's or was it Brave? Or,
Brave New World.
Brave New World. They're calling it the next
New World Order. We're gonna get banned on YouTube.
It's they're saying like the next. It's like the next Captain America Winter Soldier. I'm like, okay, not everything has to be Captain America Winter Soldier. It's a great Captain America movie, but Captain America has other versions too. I like the first Avenger,
Which I've heard the scene they got shown at CinemaCon was pretty dark.
Yeah.
It was Isaiah Bradley brainwashed going up and shooting politicians, and I was like, that's gonna be.
I can't.
Which I don't want to get too political, or even just like racism with woke. You're gonna anger certain community with that decision.
It's going to be a divided Marvel movie again, but it's
not divided in the way you think it's gonna be divided. Because here's the thing: you had a black man say he wanted nothing to do with the government. He was treated like shit. At the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you showed him he have a monument. He's getting the respect he deserves. Now you're taking that character, and I follow a few black friends on Twitter, and we've talked about it. You're taking that character, and you're basically throwing it in their face going, we're kind of going to disrespect you with this. I don't have a problem with it. They really didn't, but just the community who heard about the scene going, so now you're disrespecting us again. After you made it seem like this guy got the recognition, he was a black soldier, he's getting the recognition. Now you're making it seem like we're starting shootings, and I was like,
yeah, it should be a different character altogether.
I mean, it makes sense if it's Isaiah because it is a super soldier. We've seen super soldiers get
Yeah.
brainwashed, aka Bucky. Bucky was.
I just don't want it to be Bucky. Don't make it be Bucky.
Yeah, which I've heard Bucky isn't in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But again, with that scene, you're going to be dividing.
They better address that though.
They got to address a lot of things. I mean,
Which I've heard. I don't know why Isaiah Bradley does it. I just heard he walks up and starts open fire like a mass shooting, like just politicians. I'm like, okay, we haven't seen that in a Marvel movie yet. That's gonna be that's a step.
Well, it comes down to there's two characters in there that could probably have the power to do it. So you have the leader,
Yeah, that's the big one.
and I know this is going to sound weird. Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross.
But again, another political point of the movie. Certain character. They didn't cut and everyone's still pissed about it with what's going on in the world. But here's the thing, the conflict of the world was not happening when this movie was in development. They're adding Sabara. The Israeli hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun.
Now, first of all, I defended that. I said, listen, I don't think Disney or Marvel Studios know that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
With what's going on in the world. Not to sound political. I don't think they knew that was going to happen. But also introducing her is I've heard it's just very controversial and political to begin with. But I get this one's going to be a spy thriller. And you're going to want to introduce different world governments and different heroes outside of the U.S. that aren't around.
Yeah. This would be a good time to introduce her, Captain Britain.
That's why I argued, even though you said no, I argued keep the title New World Order. I don't give a shit if people find it.
I don't mind. I didn't mind the old title.
I didn't mind it either. But it was the fact that, like you said, people complained about it being, it's connected back to...
Yeah.
Listen, what I just described, Isaiah Bradley walking up, shooting politicians, Sabari, it's a New World Order.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's the countries and everyone trying to get control of what we know is leaked, what leaked out of the plot, is in this damn Celestial. They all want adamantium.
Yep.
That's going to cause a new world change. When you're introducing a new element, something like that, that's indestructible, close to vibranium.
So, let's talk about the toys.
We can talk about the toys. If you lived under a rock for the past 10 hours, which I don't blame you.
Yeah.
This movie got delayed. If you all know, it was supposed to come out this year. I think Valentine's Day this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to.
Yeah, February. But then it got delayed.
No, it was supposed to be a summer movie this year. It was supposed to come out next month.
Well, it was supposed to come out
originally February.
and they got pushed back, and then it got pushed back again.
And then they kept pushing Fantastic Four.
Because it was going to be...
That I'm waiting for the delay.
Because it was going to be... Captain America was supposed to kick off this year.
Yeah.
A few months later, we were supposed to get Deadpool.
Yep.
Then in
Deadpool.
July was supposed to be Thunderbolts. Then November was going to finally be Blade.
And then Fantastic Four was going to come out February, remember?
Next year.
Yep, because that was going to be the perfect...
I'm waiting for that to get delayed.
But then they shifted it again. Deadpool moved up to February.
Marvel.
Captain America moved back. And then Thunderbolts moved back to November. Then the strike happened. And then now Deadpool's the only one this year.
Seems to be...
Which I think is a brilliant move.
Yeah.
It gives people a break. And people are still excited for Deadpool.
Oh my god. It's one of the most... It's the most anticipated movie.
Yeah.
It still looks good.
Yeah, and it looks good. And that's the important thing. It's just Marvel movies all look the same at the end of the day, if you really think about it. Deadpool's the only exception. And that's because it's not really an MCU movie.
Yeah. Which, that brings up a very good point into the next segue. There was a certain re-release this week.
I
It didn't feel like a regular MCU movie.
Felt like...
And I was talking to our buddy Max about it. Because he says most of the Marvel films have the formulaic approach.
Yeah.
But he said there was only two that didn't. It was Thor Ragnarok and...
Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
I said Winter Soldier. He said, no, not Winter Soldier. I forgot which one he said didn't feel like a Marvel formulaic film.
Iron Man. First Iron Man.
Maybe. But we're talking. And that re-release was Spider-Man. Sam Raimi. Spider-Man. Hit theaters this week. I finally got to fulfill a dream. Watched it on a theater screen. It's different on a theater screen.
Oh, yeah.
It's very different on a theater screen.
Every movie is different on a theater screen. I'm sorry.
When you see a movie like Spider-Man, like any superhero film that you have the chance to see on a theater screen is so much better.
Yeah.
Maybe like a few other movies, if you go argue, you say like maybe The Mummy will feel better to you guys.
Oh, Alien's gonna feel
Alien's gonna feel good because you really born when that movie came
It
out.
was in the 70s. My parents were still.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. You really weren't around. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I will actually, if I could find The Mummy, I want to watch it on TV first, and then go watch it in the theater and say, "Oh,
Sure, like the Mummy, like seeing the Mummy first in theaters is probably because there's some really crazy scenes, man. Like I would wait for you to
okay." Then I'll wait.
especially Imhotep.
But Spider-Man, something about it just was different on the bigger screen.
Mm-hmm.
With a comic book movie, I think they're always better on the big screen.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity to re-release movies, you should.
Yeah.
Why wait until it's like your 100th anniversary, 100th that, like, and the fact. What also pisses me off about the Spider-Man re-release, it's for a week only.
Yeah.
And it's only in the U.S.
It's a shame. It really is.
I know a lot of people overseas who I've talked to are really pissed off that Sony did that.
It's all over Twitter's just blown up with that, saying that's
It's
not fair.
We don't get to see it. We did like that. I don't know who was in charge at Sony who made that call saying U.S. only.
I get it's for like the 100th.
I think it's more of legal issues,
100th anniversary.
distributed issues, things like that. Because
Probably.
yeah, like Sony owns the movie, but the distributor overseas might be different.
Yeah. Oh, well, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
Spider-Man is great.
Well,
And next week is Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
That's the bigger one I've wanted to see on.
What
the
was-
big
You're gonna love it.
you're gonna love it, man.
And you guys know Spider-Man 2 is like my favorite
Mm-hmm.
comic book movie. I say it's still better than The Dark Knight.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to see Spider-Man 3 on the big screen.
Yeah, that's
Because I never saw it in the big screen.
Yeah. It's the,
Because I just heard bad things about it and I didn't care for it, and so I watched it on the small screen, and I saw it once and that was it.
I've so to me, I mean, you saw how excited I was in the movie theaters. They handed us the poster. I mean,
I should have stole one.
I felt like I was after seeing Spider-Man. I felt like I was 7 again.
Mm-hmm.
That experience, seeing the final scene where he's swinging New York with the American flag, the Green Goblin scenes. It felt very like, oh my god, I'm back where I was.
And that was the thing Max was talking about. It was right when, it was around the time he was telling me, he's like, now watch the scene with the mindset of right after 9/11 on a theater screen. People weren't ready for fun movies.
Yeah.
We needed Spider-Man. Spider-Man was that hit because we didn't know. We really didn't know what was going to happen with America. We just got defeated. We had a crisis, and it was the New York gang standing up against the Green Goblin. That was something that it was needed because everyone was so scared, and Spider-Man was just that perfect timing. It really was. It was like after we lost the war in Korea, and then Star Wars came. Yeah, Vietnam and Star Wars came out. Sorry.
The Cold War.
I don't know. But Spider-Man 2, you're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say with the audience, I did not know how big Hero is now. I freaking loved everyone in the audience started singing Hero.
So good.
Coming out of the theater, everyone started singing Hero. I'm like, this is incredible.
You know what I'm really excited to see in the theaters again? It's going to be episode 1.
I can't wait to see episode 1 again.
Because I didn't actually see it in theaters. I went to the drive-in
Okay.
and saw it.
I wasn't even born yet.
I'm seeing.
2000.
The funny thing is, I'm seeing half these movies that I saw when I was a kid in theaters. Like, I went to AMC to see Spider-Man when it first came out. I'm 29 and I'm seeing Spider-Man again at AMC.
Yeah, but just like how you said, and I've like applied this every time I watched a Sam Raimi movie, is he can use the budget. He doesn't ask for more.
Yeah.
Doesn't ask for less. He can use that budget to the best of his abilities.
Yeah.
And stretch it.
Marvel trusts him. They don't have to be freaked out.
The thing is, and I've told people this, let Raimi do another movie. You have to let him have control. Give him a writer who knows how to write. They can make something good.
Yeah.
Everyone just has that bad taste of Raimi after Multiverse of Madness. And I tell you, Multiverse of Madness is not as bad as you think it is.
It has its problems.
Yeah,
I'm gonna flat say
it has its problems.
And I don't blame the problems on him.
I don't.
It's the writers, it's the producers, and it was COVID.
That's what people want to blame is, well, Raimi was there. Yes, but you think he has a say, not really with who's running the show with Marvel. Or who's running the Disney reigns at that point.
The only time that you should really blame a director for something is if you have a good script and your actors don't know what they're doing. That's when you blame a director. You don't blame a director for the writing. You don't blame a director for the special effects.
Because there was 33 drafts in Multiverse of Madness. Why the fuck was there that many drafts?
And this is where I feel like this is where Kevin Feige is like kind of failing. Like, where are you? Like, you should be coming in there being like, so I heard there's 33 drafts of this movie.
Not to mention as well, this writer jumped from WandaVision. To Loki. To do this.
Well, they rushed him to had him do all of it.
Listen.
And then giving him the power to do Secret Wars and
Michael Waldron should not do those movies. He is only kind of... He has the weirdest, like, just lineup of films he's done, and I'm just like, huh? Like,
he's your go-to guy. Okay, crap. Something's not going right. Come here.
Rick and Morty.
Come here. Okay. Write this.
Oh, he wrote Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds.
It's not
2005.
That's an old.
He was writing Heels, that Stephen Amell wrestling show. He did Multiverse of Madness, and then he was doing Loki, but then he got pulled off of Loki. Because I guess Loki was turning, that first season I guess was turning into a bit of a shit show before they actually started. But you can't keep pulling a writer off projects and throwing him in other projects. Because here's the thing, and this is where it comes down to. You're not letting, I think you said this too, you're not letting your directors and writers know what's happening on the last project that they're doing this one. There was some disconnection between Multiverse of Madness and WandaVision. I just don't know where it got fucked up.
WandaVision, especially I think it was the ending. It was definitely the ending because
I know the ending was supposed to be different with WandaVision. Like Doctor Strange was supposed to show up.
I heard it got cut in episode.
Nightmare was supposed to be. Nightmare was supposed to be the villain.
Yeah, it wasn't not only just supposed to be Agatha. It was supposed to be, from what I've heard, it was supposed to be Mephisto.
Yeah, the whole Mephisto.
Well, I keep hearing Mephisto with every freaking project, so I don't believe in anything when it says Mephisto.
I do believe he's appearing in Ironheart, just because it's the hood.
So my problem with Mephisto,
it's magic versus tech.
The problem with Mephisto is that he is the devil, and he is a very hard sell overseas. Yeah, and that's really where the big problem comes into.
And that's why I've heard about That's probably why Ironheart has been shelved for a bit.
Yeah.
Because I've heard Ironheart is complete. Yeah. Am I excited for it?
No.
Yeah, no, not really. I don't care about.
I don't care about any of the shows. I really am not excited for any Marvel project whatsoever.
Except X-Men 97.
Yeah, except for 97. Like 97's given me hope, but like I'm not excited to see Captain America. I'm not excited for Secret Wars. I'm not excited because you keep bringing me down. And if we talked about this earlier when we talk about the multiverse, it's not the characters from the Fox universe. It's just a character similar to the Fox universe. Yeah. And I feel like with Secret Wars, I'm going to get that. I'm not going to get the Fox characters. Deadpool, I'm excited for it because I know I'm getting those Fox characters. I know I'm getting Elektra.
We'll have to do, and I want everyone to write down more notes of what we did last year. Remember we did that huge of, is Marvel Studios in fucking trouble?
No.
Not yet.
Well, it was before, we did it before a movie. Which movie did we do it before? I think it was after Quantum Mania.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
The Jonathan Majors thing.
Jonathan Majors.
And everyone was talking when I told people we were doing this. They're like, you guys sure you want to talk about this? I was like, yes, I have a lot to say about it.
Oh, this is when everything was coming out, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Variety articles. Are they in disarray? Do they know what they're doing over there now? Do we have hope? Do we, have that?
It's a roller coaster. It's, especially with Disney. Disney has years where they're doing fantastic, and then it goes down.
That's how it always had.
And
I do want to, after Deadpool and Wolverine, I do want to sit down and re-bring up that discussion and say, listen, obviously with Deadpool, they're not going to do bad. It's Deadpool. You have to do good. If you do not do good with Deadpool, I'd start hitting the fucking panic button.
I would be like, I wouldn't hit the panic button, but I would take a break.
I'm gonna quote one of my friends says. My friend Marcus, he said straight up, you guys, this movie bombs. He doesn't like it. He's done with Marvel. He doesn't care about any other project anymore. He enjoyed X-Men '97, the one we watched, but he don't care.
Yeah.
He's been
Don't care.
He's been screwed.
Because you want to know why?
Because they don't care.
They don't care. The story is a mess. You have an overarching story on everything. But where the fuck is it going? We get it's going to Secret Wars, but where is it going to Secret Wars?
Yeah, you're not.
You're not setting up Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Like I told Kyle, no one cared about Echo.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's true.
Yeah.
They dropped all the episodes. They didn't give a shit about it.
Yeah. The problem with Marvel right now, it became an assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that. This is something where it's like, you can make 3 movies and put them out in the year.
Yeah.
But you have to still have a piece connected to each one. And that's the problem.
I will say this. This is where Marvel died. 2021. Too much Marvel. There was way too much Marvel, you guys.
It didn't die. What happened was it had a heart attack right after Endgame in Spider-Man. You gave the fans what they wanted. You gave the fans all 3 Spider-Man together.
I'd say 2021 was fine. We got it in doses, but it was spread out enough where we had a show to hold us over. A few weeks later, we got a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then we waited a few more months. We got another show.
I thought that was what everything was going to connect. Problem is that when you go into these, people don't have Disney Plus. Some people don't have Disney Plus.
My issue, and this is what Rob said, they're taking their time in between when you see something and then connecting it back to it.
Yeah.
So, one of the big issues was WandaVision. You took almost over a year and a half to connect back with that, with Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness.
And that's the big thing, too.
Miss Marvel. Almost a full year to connect back to that post-credit scene with the Marvels.
Look at the Eternals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, we're not going to get those answers for a good while.
What was that post-credit scene about?
I'm telling you, it was Galactus. I still think it was Galactus. Or it was Kang.
Yeah.
You know. And what the movie that was supposed to connect everything together didn't do anything, and that was Quantumania.
They hit the panic button. That was the problem. They hit the panic button. That movie bombed. All of a sudden, the Kang stuff died down.
Well, you want to know why it bombed? There was the subreddit. So the subreddit, I think, leaked out too much. The whole script got leaked out 3 months before the movie came out.
We were in the gym, and you were telling me the whole story.
I was like, oh, hey, the Quantumania script leak. He's like, what? I was like, yeah. But we read the ending of they get tracked to the Quantum.
Which was the smartest thing.
That's the ending I wanted.
Yeah.
My one friends who watched it, they're like, no, they were supposed to come. I said, no, the fuck they weren't. You can tell that was a changed fucking ending.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell where Marvel fucked up on that damn ending.
The thing...
And it's obvious as shit that they fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, usually you can't tell when they reshoot and redo an ending. Quantumania, you could tell.
You could tell with the ADR, they changed so much.
Wait, what's the ADR? Sorry.
Sound.
Yeah.
So, like, when you speak and stuff like that. So, you could tell that, like, they overdubbed certain lines, or, you know, they didn't, you know, let's say Adam was talking. Okay. They would have the camera point to you as Adam's talking, because then they can say whatever the hell they want to say. You know.
But the whole Quantumania, when that movie, the whole Kang thing started, and then Jonathan Majors, that's when everything happened.
Do you think that Jonathan Majors or not Jonathan Majors? Do you think that Kang should stay as the villain?
Yes. Change his face.
Yeah, obviously.
But I don't know if that contract clause is still in effect with Majors, where he's the only one that can be a...
I think that his contract is null and void because he did something stupid. So that's probably that's in his contract, because I can't imagine Disney being like, well, you didn't murder anybody. Like, let's just say he was murder.
My whole thing is, why would you sign a contract where only one person can play variants of a villain?
Yeah.
But then you go the route saying, oh, different people can play different variants of heroes.
It's weird.
Like, once you open that box with No Way Home of, oh, so our heroes can have different faces, but Kane can't have a different face, was kind of just a weird kind of like...
I bet you it was something in his contract. I bet you he had a good agent that sat there and be like, if there's gonna be a Kang, it has to be Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. It just has to have his face.
Yeah.
Because really, Kang doesn't have the same face to look at. It's
Yeah.
different people.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, Quantumania was, they all have the same face, and I'm like, this just looks cheap. This looks lazy. It looked, they're not even trying right now.
Yeah.
What's okay? So you kind of are giving up a little bit. What's gonna give you up? When are you gonna hit the panic button and you're gonna go? All right, I'm getting done with this.
I'm not saying I'm writing everything on Deadpool, because that's not a fair call to that
Yeah.
movie. Just because, you know, I love the first two. You know I love the first two Deadpool films. I'm going to say, if Captain America doesn't do what I want it to do, and that is, tell me who this new Avenger team is going to be going into Secret Wars. And just setting up the new, you know, the new Avengers, where we're heading, straighten yourself out. Again, not a fair one. Fantastic Four.
That's exactly what I'm doing. If you botch Fantastic Four, 3 strikes, you're out.
And that's why I think the Fantastic Four is going to get delayed.
If you don't give me Blade on time this time.
I'm surprised Blade's still a thing.
I'm surprised Mahershala Ali is not said. I signed
done.
this project. I signed on in 2019.
Has parted ways yet?
It's 2024. Where the fuck is this damn movie?
Yeah.
Let's
and
go.
again, that comes back to he's getting writers who don't know what they're writing.
Yeah. Because it's like, and I think how many versions of the script has been made?
There's like,
I think like 5.
there's 5 versions of this.
And like one of them, he wasn't even the lead role.
Yeah, which is really stupid. They were gonna focus on the daughter of Blade because she had just came out
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a few years ago, and I go,
that's why.
you don't have to introduce her at all. Just Blade. Just leave it to be Blade.
Who do you think the villain is going to be in Blade?
I still think it's Dracula.
I'm thinking Dracula too.
I've heard
Same
Mia
thing.
Goth signed on. She's playing Lilith. For that's who the villain is.
Well, that would be kind of cool.
But here's the fun part of what I heard. It was supposed to be a period piece. It's supposed to be set in Victorian London. They scrapped that. Now it's going to be present day. I go,
I would like it to be. I like it to be Victorian London,
yeah.
or the same time period
Because
as.
how old is Blade? How old is just like the character himself? Because I know what he's immortal. He's immortal, right?
Yeah, because he's part vampire.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you,
I think, is he older than the Wolverine? Or Wolverine, I think.
Wolverine's older than
Yeah.
Blade.
but I would love it to be set in the same time period as Werewolf by Night.
Oh yeah.
Werewolf by Night was present day, I think.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. Black and white just made it seem like it was
Yeah.
set. But it's set in present day.
Yeah.
But,
But like, give me that feel. You can set it in the present day, but give me that feel.
yeah. But when I heard they're dropping Victorian London in favor of the present, I go, you had the great period piece drop setting for him. And now you're going present day because you want everything to fit in the same.
And the thing is that you could make it work as a period piece, and then your sequel is set in the present day.
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
he's Blade.
You could do the Captain America
Or
route.
you don't even have to do that. Hear me out. Hear me
How
out.
awesome!
Hold on.
Hear me. Okay, continue,
Hear me
and I'll
out,
tell
hear
you
me
what I.
He said a Victorian London backdrop. Because, you know, he's immortal, so he's lived a long time. He's, half vampire, like you said. Now is when you connect it to that Eternals end credit scene of when he goes, "Are you ready for that, Mr. White?" That's it. Cuts back to that scene in the present day. Just he's been around all this time. The sword has come back to what is the Black Knight's name? Dane. I think it's just Dane White. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dane White, and then he's about to open it and pick up the sword, and that's when he comes out of the shadow and says, "Are you sure you're ready for that? Like, I've been around a long time. I fought with your ancestors. Are you sure you want to carry that title now of Black Knight?"
By the way, I hang out with a mummy.
Yeah, basically. But I've heard now they want Blade to tie into. What I've heard is they're going to do Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Which again, that's fine.
That's fine. Just connect it to. Stop announcing 20 fucking projects.
Yeah.
Like, you can save this shit for maybe after.
Well, they haven't announced anything with
Yeah, they
them.
haven't.
You know,
It's just
this is all rumor.
Yeah, but it's the thing is that's cool. You want to do half these projects like Vision Quest. I understand why.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Agatha. Yeah, she was a fun character. I could argue you could give her a series, but just tie it to the multiverse.
Yeah, you got to tie it to something. Like at the end of the day, She-Hulk was probably the only show that I could sit there and be like, you don't need to tie it to anything.
Yeah, but a lot of people still hate that show. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to really hate that show.
I have my problems with the show,
A few episodes, yeah, there were some problems, but other than that, it's just
but it should have just been court drama.
yeah.
The show, but I'm curious to see with She-Hulk and what she did for that final episode. How's that going to affect Deadpool?
It's gonna.
I feel like they made a call to Tatiana Maslany. I feel like for some weird reason, he's gonna somehow get into the Disney lot and run around the Marvel studio lot, like messing up movies. Like we're gonna see maybe like fake movies like being made like I don't know, like the
What was that Night Museum one that was supposed to be made by Jon Favreau? It's the Disney Parks one.
Oh, the Disney Kingdom?
Yes. What if they did that?
like I can see like if Deadpool, they're in the void, he somehow finds a way to get to the real world. He's running around the Marvel studio and just the Disney lot.
I wanted to run around Disneyland and like just pushing people out of the way in lines, and he's like riding the teacups.
Now here's what would be the funny part. He takes one of the prune sticks from the soldier while he's in line. He just prunes someone to get further in line.
Well, the big rumor that I heard is that, again, this is big rumor. I don't believe it one bit, just because it's like it's those particular YouTubers that he's going to prune, characters like She-Hulk, Secret Invasion,
He's gonna make it all disappear.
Yeah.
So what I've heard is it's basically Deadpool destroys the Marvel.
It's what it's supposed to be. They were gonna base it off of Kill the Marvel Universe.
Kills the Marvel.
Which I think would be kind of cool.
Still gonna be an awesome movie.
Yeah, because remember, he goes through the TVA and he looks at the monitor and sees all the events playing out in front of him. You think while they were sitting there writing that is, oh yeah, it's going to be his playground where he's bouncing around the movies.
Yeah.
Because one of the scenes from the trailer looked like he's going to Age of Ultron. He's going to Sokovia. He's in the snow. He's having fun.
He's in the Dark World, looks like. He's going to be in the Dark World.
I think.
Yeah, I can see him just... This could be the retcon of the movie. Fix every problem in there and be like...
That's the character you do it with.
Yeah.
Is you do it with him.
Or you just make it be like, well, now you have to rewatch this old crap that you would normally not watch.
Yeah. And the best part would be, I want a line, if he does do that, where he's running around, like, the Walt Disney offices and studio, like, causing trouble. Hey, have you seen a guy named Stan? And he finds out, like, Stanley actually passed. Like, he just starts going, motherfucker.
No, I just want him to just stop what he's doing and cry.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And then you see the TVA. All right, Stan Lee died. Who? You don't know who Stan Lee is, and he just kills all of them. He created all of us, damn it. And then he just goes back to crying.
Created all of us.
He's stabbing all of them. I want a scene like that where he's like... Because someone did picture like a scene like he's going around with missing posters of Stan Lee stapling them and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that'd be pretty funny. This is just like he said, it's retcon the movie. It's how you're gonna retcon and kind of save half your universe, but hopefully it's not too late.
Yeah.
By this point. But also, it's the fact that Wolverine is fitting into this movie.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So my question is, now this is just my own theory. This is nothing I've heard. This is my own theory. He's gonna be in the void running around, and he's not gonna be taking it serious.
Who, Deadpool or
Deadpool? Yeah. He's gonna be causing trouble. He's gonna want to mess stuff and put it his own way, because it's Deadpool. What do you expect out of him?
See, I'm thinking what's going to happen is, I think he's going to be running into the void. Like, you have that opening scene where he blows up the Fox thing, and it goes into the void. And, like, the TVA is going to sit there and be like, so we know we called you Marvel Jesus, but,
This is too much.
This is too much.
So, here's what I've also heard. This Wolverine, it's not the Wolverine we know.
Yeah.
It's an older, not the Logan Wolverine, but it's a much more angrier Wolverine from what I've heard. Are the TVA going to go to him saying, hey, you've dealt with this person before, right? Where is he? Like, he did this to my universe. And that's where we're going to get the Wolverine into this movie is you need to stop before you keep breaking the universe.
Yeah, I really do think that I agree with you on that 100%. I think Deadpool is just going to go chaotic and destroy the Marvel Universe in there. Be like, all right, who's the person that they'll go through origins. They'll be like, oh, this guy. Oh, this seems good. I feel like there's going to be a reference to Hugh Jackman. Like, oh my God.
Like it said, he says, I am Marvel Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the TVA calling him to fix the universe?
Mm-hmm.
But what I've heard also is he's the chosen one. Because the way the multiverse is working is they're taking people, or champions, from different Earths. So I've heard 3 things of who the champion of the main MCU Earth is. I've heard it's either Tom Holland's Spider-Man, it's Deadpool's going to be considered our champion, or I think it was Sam Wilson.
I would love it to be the MCU champion should be, I think, Thor.
He's been
Thor wasn't on the rumor list.
the leader of the multiversal war. The whole leader is it's gonna be Hugh Jackman. It's gonna be Toby. That's why I keep hearing.
Yep, I've heard the champions of the others a different Wolverine. It's going to be the Toby. I've heard Andrew's chosen.
As much as Andrew's great, if you're doing the OG stuff, then you gotta do it.
Madam Web.
Nope.
No,
They don't even get a say.
no, that's a terrible.
What about
yeah.
Venom?
Yeah, I've heard Venom would be Miles. Animated Miles would be the champion of his. Or a lot of Spider characters are gonna.
Well, that's you have the most of. You know,
that's
it's
what
just.
But then I heard that's why Robert Downey Jr. would be called back. Is this version of Tony Stark is the champion of his universe? As he didn't die, there'd be a champion of Chris Evans, and there'd be a champion of Thor. From the
See, I don't. I want it to be. I don't want Robert Downey Jr. back because that ruins the whole thing.
What if it's Superior Iron Man?
Then I want Tom Cruise.
You can get him.
You can get him, but if you want Robert Downey Jr. to play a different version of Iron Man,
No, I still feel like that still ruins his sacrifice. The only one I
it's
feel
a different version.
I still think if it's a different version, the only character I would want to see come back is Chris Evans as Captain America, and I know I said this before to you guys, but I would love to have a scene where because Secret Wars is broken into 2 parts. Sam Wilson, his team on the ground, Shield on the ground, everything like that, and you just see a portal open up, and there's Chris Evans walking out there, grabs the shield and goes, "I got you guys."
Yeah. Or it's just stand up. Like you guys don't get defeated. Like
The problem,
Looks like you need help or something,
The thing that I would have to say about this whole Secret War scene is, it's about it's so much about pleasing fans now at Marvel.
You want to know the funny thing is? I just thought about that. We talk so much about Secret Wars. We don't talk about Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
Because it's not even going to be called Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. Well,
we have no idea what they're gonna do now
We don't know what the Avengers are. We don't know who the Avengers are anymore.
because it
As much as we jump to Secret Wars, we don't talk about Kang Dynasty or
Yeah.
what that 5th Avengers film is going to
Yeah.
be.
and the bigger question is gonna come down to, you're doing Secret Wars, is Kang taking place of Doctor Doom, or is Doctor Doom replacing Kang?
Yeah. Which here's the thing.
Which if
Do
you
you
do
think
that,
they're going to scrap just that 5th Avengers film and just do whatever it is they want to do for that final film of the multiverse saga? And just call it Avengers Secret Wars. Or, I'll raise you one. You make Secret Wars your 5th film now.
Mhm.
Then you call your 6th film Avengers Forever. That's the culmination of everything.
what I would like them to do. I think it comes down to 3. I think they should do 3 different films, and I think you got to do something with the Kang Dynasty. Whatever you're gonna decide to do with that one.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Secret Wars, Battle World, Avengers Forever.
Or what's that new the Avengers title called? Avengers Twilight?
Well, that's set in the future.
It's not the
Oh,
future.
Very good book, by the way. I recommend everyone to read that. Essentially, it's Captain America. Essentially, all the heroes pretty much screw up. They blow up like New York City. So the government's like, yeah, no more superheroes. And 20 years later, there's a television show that talks about how the Red Skull was actually a hero that was trying to stop the Nazis. And Captain America's like, no. And he comes out of retirement. He goes like, yeah, we're going to have to fix this now. And
What's the Avengers Forever comic? Isn't that just like the multiversal Avengers?
Yeah.
Like just different. That's why I said you could do
Yeah.
Secret War. Or
I feel like I want to see Battle World.
they could call it Avengers Battle War.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the main thing they need to fix when it comes to the multiverse is give us those characters.
Yeah.
Don't give me Tobey Maguire, but it's not that Spider-Man. It's a completely different Spider-Man. No, I want that to be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, and that's what No Way Home gave us.
Yeah.
'Cause it was those versions came
Yeah.
out of the portal, almost like,
You know,
hey,
give me, if you're gonna bring me back Patrick Stewart, make sure it's Fox Patrick Stewart.
Okay, I got it. All right. So what they should do? I know we're out of time.
Yeah.
All right. What they should do is this: Avengers Battle World should be this movie. Should be the Avengers movie, and it should be the Conquest of Champions.
Well, that'd be an interesting.
Then you do a couple movies, then you set up Secret Wars. Just call it Battle World, though. You don't call it Secret Wars. You just call it Battle World. Avengers Battle World. You do the thing. You bring your champions, and that's where you bring Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman. Then you bring in the MCU characters. Then this rift that we've all been talking about, you build it up to this big Secret Wars. You can do the two, and then you got your two Secret War stories. That's kind of what I was thinking. And you break Secret Wars in part 1, part 2, but you give it a new title, like how Infinity War was. I don't know what you think.
I'm okay with that.
But you gotta claim this Kang story now.
You gotta have that Kang story to have it be that one Avengers story where
No way.
No, what?
They just talked about Avengers, didn't they?
King Dynasty, an hour ago.
What is it?
I have thoughts on this one.
Okay.
I feel like this could be saved for another episode.
Let's say it.
Sid.
Avengers the King Dynasty. This is from Hollywood Handle. Someone in a YouTube live. I would laugh if it was us. Someone just getting this information. No. John Rocha. Okay. Rocco. So this is a bunch of just him and Jeff Snyder going on about some stuff. King Dynasty is reportedly set to be directed by someone who never directed a Marvel film before.
Okay.
That's fine.
The film is expected to start shooting early next year.
Okay.
I have concerns.
Okay.
I understand if it's by someone who hasn't done a Marvel film. Make sure they have a good track record before you hand them the keys of, hey, this is a big Avengers film.
I think
Because Whedon had a good track record.
Mhm.
Russo's great track record. You have to get someone who has a great track record and understands how to use characters and.
I think we should save this. You know, I think we should come back.
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to ask you about the Beyonder.
I was gonna say, I think tomorrow we should come back here. We'll let the audience know. We'll put a post.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow we'll come back here, you guys. We'll talk about Spider-Man 4. I think it's being rushed right now.
Oh yeah.
I think Avengers King Dynasty
We
is
did
getting...
get an update for Blade, though. I
Stop.
think through John Roca as well. Expected to begin filming this summer.
Okay, I think this is the topic. You available, man?
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow, this is the episode. This is a part 1 episode out of part 2 tomorrow of the Culture Shock podcast.
Okay.
The title will be called "Is the MCU movies getting rushed more and more now?" I think we're gonna leave off with that hanger because that way we can talk about.
I'll say yes, but I'll get in tomorrow.
I'll say yes too. I'll say because Spider-Man 4 is being really rushed and they don't know what they're doing. I don't think.
I don't think it's they don't know what they're doing. Is Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. Sony doesn't know what they're doing. And Sony is the one with the say, and Sony only cares about the bottom dollar.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're gonna get someone who hasn't directed a Marvel film, you go for a good director. Don't go for someone like. It's gonna sound mean. There were better choices besides Nia DaCosta when it came to the Marvels. I think she was good. I heard she did good with the Candyman remake. But that's all she had under her belt. I don't think she was the right choice for that movie.
You needed someone that was willing to work with producers, because that's the big problem with MCU movies, that you work with a lot of other people, because essentially they're holding your hand,
which is really weird.
Which, yes, it's weird, but it makes a lot of sense because you're trying to connect a whole bunch of stuff together at the same time.
Yeah, but then that's the reason is you should tell them, hey, this is happening in this show, this movie. That's the mandate, is you have to connect it back to this world.
Yeah. But you also have to realize there's the bottom dollar, so they have to figure out what's actually going to sell. And that's really what comes down to. The MCU is the bottom dollar, and there's just like...
Here's my question, though. Do you think they were holding James Gunn's hand during the first Guardians, or do you think they just let him do what he wanted?
They held his hand.
No, he said he got to do what he wanted. He said he only had one mandate. He had to have Thanos in it, and he had to do the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Everything else was fair game.
I don't think his hand was holding.
I think
but
maybe
they
for
were
the
there.
first few days, Feige was like, all right, you basically know what you're doing.
Yeah. I think it comes down to, because the problem with Feige is that he hired a bunch of people, he hired a bunch of TV directors, not movie directors. So it's just like, so he can keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your movie directors.
Now let me ask this: do you think the Russo's hand was getting held when doing Winter Soldier?
No.
What about Infinity War and Endgame? Probably no. Maybe a little.
From what I heard, they were allowed to do whatever the hell they wanted to.
They had so much time when
like picking the characters that live and survive.
They had it was like a team board.
Yeah.
And they had every the characters because they were grabbing every the character, and they're like, who's gonna go in what's gonna go in this team. So they had a lot of time. Like I think it was 2016. Yeah. 2016, they all sat down and they started planning out Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. That was how much time they had.
Yeah, 3 years. That's enough time to get that movie ready. Because I know they got approached right after Civil War, or during Civil War, they said, it's like, did you guys want to do Infinity War and Endgame? Well, yeah, sure. Now, do you think Taika Waititi had his hand held during Thor Ragnarok?
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like to a certain extent.
Thor Ragnarok, yes. Love and Thunder?
No.
Nope.
It was just that, hey, Taika.
Have fun.
Yeah, do you want to have fun? Sure.
Let me rephrase that. He was mandated to have
Mighty Thor.
more jokes.
Yeah, I could see Marvel wanting more jokes.
Because it worked well in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I also tell people. I don't think Love and Thunder is that bad.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. There's just moments where it's like, here's a great dramatic moment, and then you do a joke, and it just didn't work.
My whole thing is I looked at it, I was like, alright, Thor already had his 3-movie arc. This is a new arc for him.
Yeah.
So it's setting up something for him to go do.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm worried about the next Thor movie, because they're like, it's not going to be a comedy. And I think the comedy works for Thor. It's just...
There's
you put too much.
Yeah.
That was the problem. I don't want him to be dumb. But he's not an intelligent character. You know, I'll use D&D as my example. He's the dumb barbarian in your group.
Yeah. And it works for him when he's the dumb barbarian. He wasn't that bright in Avengers.
Yeah.
He was kind of Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Ragnarok, he was fucking dumb, but it's still funny.
But I mean, like, he was dumb in the Avengers movies because he was a fish out of water.
Yeah.
You know. Fun. With Thor Ragnarok, he was just dumb, and I don't think that's Thor.
Yeah. Well, he was also a fish out of water on...
Yeah. And I think he's like a fish out of water. Like, he got comfortable on Earth.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and he's like, I like Earth a little bit better.
Everything's changed.
Yeah, you know.
I think with Love and Thunder, he wasn't even a fish out of water. It was just... He tried playing leader.
Yeah.
They tried making him be... Oh, yeah, Thor can be a leader. That's true. Thor can be a leader.
Yeah.
But not the leader you think he is.
Yeah.
Because once he said he's not running Asgard, you kind of just said, all right, he's not leader. Yeah. He's going to go off and just have his own...
A little adventure.
Which, that's how I treat Love and Thunder is. It's a Thor adventure.
Yeah.
It's just him saying, grabbing his buddies, going, all right, we're going to go get these kids back.
Yeah.
But first, we're going to go trash the gods and tell them go fuck off for not helping.
Yeah.
Because I love that scene when they go to where you see all the gods. But Kyle hates that scene. He's like, that scene was stupid. I was like, no. I was like, you had to show the gods.
Yeah.
Listen, if gods are getting butchered, they're all together in one place. You know that's where Thor's headed.
Yeah.
And even if, because he didn't like Russell Crowe.
I thought he was a good choice.
Yeah, I thought he was a good choice. I thought he was funny.
Yeah.
Because he's like, that's not Zeus. I was like,
kind of is.
kind of is. I was like, some depictions have not did it really good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's supposed to be serious, but he's also like, have you read like Greek mythology?
Yeah.
Like, only God of War has made him serious. I go Hercules. I think
Hercules
had the best portrayal of Zeus.
Not really.
Well, not really, but
We're talking about the Disney one?
yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Work yourself to death.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was still like the jokester in that one. Like,
Yeah.
he was just like, oh.
When I think Thor, or not Thor, when I think Zeus, I'm thinking horny guy that wants to have sex.
And I did like the no orgy for you. You're not invited.
Yeah, like that to me is Zeus.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
But I did love the joke how Thor said his bar.
And so I want to talk about, I want to go back to CinemaCon here.
Yeah, we can go back. We'll talk about Marvel, so we'll keep that for in a moment.
Talk about Liam Neeson.
Oh, yes!
Naked Gun. We got Naked Gun and Scary Movie.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen the Naked Gun.
Those movies are hilarious. I just saw
heard
You
they're
would love
funny.
them.
I've heard they're in the same vein of Scary Movie. I've seen the Scary Movie movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard they're in the same vein of they don't take
I
themselves seriously.
freaking love Leslie
Nielsen,
Nielsen.
yeah.
Yes.
Only movie I've seen him in is the Scary Movies, and then tying back to Sam Raimi, superhero movie is, my God, how did you do that? Oh, it's easier than it looks. I guess not.
No,
What's the other one? Is he goes.
I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do, because Liam Neeson
Serious.
is a completely serious actor. Like, Leslie Nielsen is not.
Have you seen Ted 2?
I was going to say Ted 2.
Yes.
The Lucky
Where he
Charms.
goes- no, it's the tricks.
Oh, the tricks, yeah, my
He's
bad.
like, I've been told in a commercial, these are for kids.
Yes.
No, I don't think they are. So if I buy these, no trouble will come. Not that I'm aware of. I will not be followed. No one will follow you. And then at the end, he returns them because he gets beat up for having them.
But he plays it straight.
Yeah.
And, the funny thing about Naked Gun is that everything around him is silly.
So I wonder if he's going to be the serious and everything.
Yeah, he's going to be the serious guy, but everything around him is going to be silly.
Have you ever seen Airplane?
No.
We'll have to do a movie night and make you watch Naked
Yay!
Gun.
Movies are
We could all do sleepover. We could all stay up and in the morning. I'll make them.
What was the most exciting thing with CinemaCon?
I love the announcement of, well, the G.I. Joe Last Ronin Transformers took the cake, but I think it was us getting that look at the official Superman logo, and setting up with, oh, this movie's gonna be colorful. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna have, because the Kingdom Come, it's a serious logo. It's affiliated with a serious story, but it's gonna be told through the eyes of James Gunn. And again, if you've seen Guardians, you get the happy, you get the sad, you get the emotional, you get the fun beats, and you get the good music. I have a feeling he has a soundtrack for this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even if he doesn't, I will be surprised.
I'm very curious to see what the score is going to be.
Yeah.
Because he playing John Williams.
Well,
Well, he
that's the
won't
only
be.
thing they got.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's the only thing they got. But I've heard it's the guy who's done Suicide, John Murphy, in Guardians Volume 3. So, I'm expecting a rock tone. Maybe a little bit of rock, but a little bit of just like sincerity with it.
I don't see rock, because when I think Superman, I don't think rock and roll.
I think God Anthem. I think of like church music a little bit.
I think a little bit of, because a lot of people have been playing it with Superman picks. They can play some old David Bowie, whatever that time period is.
Yeah.
Play some old, just some classic music, not rock. Just some classic, like fun, upbeat to tell a Superman story. Like you can have fun with it.
Yeah.
And you have the Snyder Cut going, well, Superman's not a fun character. It's like, have you ever read Superman? He's
Superman's a great
like
character.
Clark Kent's kind of a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like he's not. That's. And again, this is what I've told you of why I fucking hate Man of Steel. It doesn't. There's no difference between Clark Kent and Superman. It's the same fucking person, and it's like, you're supposed to play this dumbass klutz. you're playing a serious character that doesn't feel like he's changed.
It's just the story of Superman to me. It's not the Clark Kent. It really wasn't much Clark, I thought.
But you still gotta have your Clark Kent.
Yeah.
That's why I like Brandon Routh.
Mm-hmm.
When people say Superman Returns is bad, it's like, no. Just the script sucked ass.
Yeah.
The way he did Clark Kent and Superman is great, because even when we meet him again in Crisis on Infinite Earths, is, oh, he's this klutz, he's still running into people. Like, oh, I didn't mean to run into you.
Superman's, well, Clark Kent's supposed to be...
Unlike, like, Clark Kent hunches, and then when he's Superman, he goes into, like, the full,
Yeah.
That's Superman. Henry Cavill, as much as I like him, I like the guy. I don't hate the guy. It was, General, I've been on Earth for 33 years. What's your take on the Bat Vigilante? Change it up, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying to be serious in both roles when you know, when Snyder and Terrio knew that's not Clark Kent. Clark Kent is not the stay away from Metropolis, like, no, like, it's the, oh, like, gee, like, and when he's Superman, it's, kids like that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's,
stay away from Metropolis.
Yeah, like, even when it's the shakes the hand, it's like, oh, you have a good grip. Like, you're not supposed to do that as Clark Kent. Like, there's
It's supposed to be ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
What was the one exciting thing you looked forward to at CinemaCon?
I think it was a lot of the original
Mickey 17.
Mickey 17. There's a Michael B. Jordan movie coming out where he's a vampire that fights the KKK.
It will be Blade versus Blade next year at the movie.
Yeah, Mickey 17 is just, I'm hearing it's the guy who made Parasite making a comedy.
You know what I'm excited for? It's coming out this year.
What?
I liked it. I liked the movie I watched. I watched it last year. I think I texted you finally. I'd watched it. Furiosa.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a fun one.
That will be a fun one, I think.
Oh, yeah, those are coming back. When are those coming back?
I think they already did.
I think they're coming back this...
May.
Yeah, May.
Yeah, Furiosa looks
that
different. Looks fun.
It really has, whatever the last one was called.
Fury Road.
Fury Road. That's my only problem. But Fury Road was a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't understand, like, half of it. I just knew they were chasing Furiosa down and Max.
Yeah. I mean, I think Doug Walker said it best. It's a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Oh, my God. It is. It is. It's just Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote chasing each other through the desert. I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie now with that mindset of it's just I hate you.
But yeah, there was Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see the trailer. But is it?
So it's about a killer that kills people during concerts. So the cops are setting up a trap at a concert.
It's really good. He doesn't want to see the footage.
Yeah, because apparently it ruins some stuff.
It spoils the movie, but it's a huge twist to it.
Yeah, but knowing him like Shyamalan, there's always
there's another twist within the twist.
Yeah,
but
it's one of the cops.
Yeah,
is it actually?
I'm
just calling it.
Yeah. It's I guess the father of the daughter.
Mm-hmm. They're at this big concert.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Blumhouse announcement.
Mm-hmm.
What was there now?
They're working with who are they working with? Shoot.
Was it Paramount?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, the Paramount library. So.
Oh yeah, the other big Blumhouse announcement that he decided to make last week. They're working on Five Nights at Freddy's 2 right now.
Yeah.
They were showing, I think it was what everyone thinks is Mangle.
Yep.
But they're working on, the Jim Henson workshop is working on
Sonic 3.
Well, we're getting Knuckles next week.
Yeah.
So it has me to believe after Knuckles airs, we're getting a trailer later that week.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get our first trailer for Sonic 3.
And the fact that Jim Carrey is officially back, because they made that announcement. But not only is he back...
Well, we knew he was back because that...
Yeah, but they never made it an official announcement.
No, you heard his laugh in the trailer going...
But again, it was never an official announcement.
No, it...
More or less, yeah.
It was an announcement of Eggman's not dead.
Yeah.
Because he even said, like there was tweets coming out going, you all thought I was dead.
Yeah.
Be prepared for the next chapter.
But from the description of the footage. He's fat. He's bald.
Well, he's probably went into hiding.
You know, weird mustache.
We're getting the actual.
Yeah, we're
the
gonna
full
get the-
transition into Robotnik now.
Yeah,
It's
and very shocked that they didn't announce the voice of Shadow.
Well, then it came out.
Yeah.
Literally
that was
on accident.
Yeah.
Well, they did announce it. They just didn't announce it to the public of who
Yeah.
was playing shit. CinemaCon got to know who it was.
Yeah, and then someone leaked it.
John Campion.
John Campion, it was that was the greatest episode.
Always count on John Campion to leak something that's not out yet.
Because it was just funny just watching it. It's like, wait a minute, this hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, because he sent to me, he goes, "Hey, has Shadow been announced yet?" I go, as far as I know, no. I know Campion just put a tweet saying out, it's someone everyone loves. And then he sent me the thumbnail. I go, dude, TJ and Nate hate that choice. It's Keanu Reeves. They go, that's a lazy choice. I go,
No, it's a smart choice.
so you're telling me if you have the option to work with Keanu Reeves, you're going to say no? I go, there's a few people you do not say no to working with.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is on that list. I'd say maybe Leonardo DiCaprio. Possibly Brad Pitt. Maybe Brad Pitt, depending on how. Who would you put on that list of you don't say no to working with someone?
Keanu Reeves 100% because Keanu Reeves is like one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh, the only reason they don't like Keanu Reeves is because they think all the nice stuff is fake. I was like, no,
he's actually a generally
he's
nice
like-
person.
like-
That's
nice guy.
nice guy.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I would say you don't say no. Maybe Robert Downey Jr. You don't say no to.
I might say no to him.
What about Chris Evans?
I would probably say no to him.
Ryan Reynolds?
I would say no to him.
Wow.
And the main reason why I would say no to him, and this is going to sound really weird, to me he's a one-note actor. He's very good at what he does.
Yeah,
like if I wanted a smart-ass actor, I will call Ryan Reynolds.
Would you say no to Hugh Jackman?
No. I think he is, he can sing, he can dance. He knows how to be an action star. He knows how to do drag.
I feel like you wouldn't say no to Nick Cage.
Of course not.
Of course.
Nicolas Cage, you're starring with Hugh Jackman right then and there.
We'll keep this one going for like a little 10 minutes and then we'll
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, you don't say no to Ryan Gosling. I've never heard anything bad about Ryan Gosling. That's the fun part about him. I've just heard he just has loads of energy.
If he was still alive, George Carlin.
We watched Jay and Silent Bob.
And Richard Pryor, I would not say no to him. Gene Wilder, I probably would not say no to.
Would you say no to Robin Williams?
No, I would not say no to him.
Would you say no to Jason Momoa?
It depends on the role.
Jack Black.
That one, it depends on the role.
Yeah,
they're both like it's weird because Jason Momoa again is a one-note actor to some extent.
Just so I'd say people liked him in Game of Thrones. He
Yeah.
changed it around with Aquaman somehow.
Yeah. And Jack Black to me is kind of a one-note director.
He does the same, just comedy, just like
Yeah.
he's gonna be your comedy relief guy, and you know it. It's
Yeah.
like, you.
And he tried to do drama. It just did not work.
Would you say no to Chris Pratt?
I would say no to Chris Pratt. But talk about Chris Pratt. The other thing that got shown at CinemaCon were the popcorn buckets. And the one I'm really excited about is the Alien one.
Yeah, it's the head of the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
Right, what directors wouldn't you work with?
That's a very good question.
All right, let me rifle off a few. Sam Raimi.
If I was doing a horror movie, yes.
Yeah, that one's a good. If you had the chance, Steven Spielberg.
No.
Robert Zemeckis.
Nope.
Nolan.
Nope.
Kevin Smith.
Yes.
Dennis Boyle.
What's he made?
He's done Dune, Blade Runner. I think he did. What's that one? Arrival.
Skip that one because I haven't.
Okay, you haven't seen that one. Everyone's favorite, Zack Snyder.
It depends. It really depends on the project.
You got really excited when I said this one name, Robert Rodriguez.
Yes. Tarantino, yes.
Oh yeah, Tarantino. I think anyone would kill with. How about Ben Stiller as a director?
I mean, he's done good work.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who else? Who else? I'm trying to think. Find something. You said no to Nolan, right?
Yeah.
What about he's got some hits, he's got some misses. J.J. Abrams.
No.
What about Colin Trevorrow?
Name some films.
Jurassic World.
No.
And he also did. What else did Trevorrow do? Did a few other things.
All I can think of from his Star Wars.
Yeah, he was supposed to do episode 9.
That could have been something amazing.
Ryan Johnson.
No.
Yeah.
All right, non-MCU Jon Favreau.
No.
Interesting. Ooh, what's the one who did Dune Wicked? Did Crazy Rich Asians?
Justin. Shoot. That was another big announcement that I really like. Peter Dinklage is going to be in Wicked.
Jeff Goldblum is Oz.
See, I'm very upset with that, and a lot of people were really shocked when I said that. I'm like, I think he would have been better as the goat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone's seen Wicked, but there's a goat professor. I think Jeff Goldblum should have been the goat, and Peter Dinklage should have been the wizard.
That would.
And not the other way around. But
we also don't like Ariana Grande as.
It's.
What's her name?
I don't like either one of them as their role, but it's slowly growing on me now. Seeing the movie and talking to people about Grande. It's just, I want Broadway actors for Broadway roles, and these are Broadway roles, and they're not Broadway actors, and that's to me is the problem, because the last thing I want is Gerard Butler as the Phantom.
I like that movie. I actually really do.
Okay, so you're an idiot.
Thank you. I already know that.
He screams the words. That's his problem.
That was my discovery of Phantom of the Opera. I never got to see the opera itself.
Like, go see the show.
I would love to.
And then go back
I've
and
seen
watch.
my old high school put on the show.
Oh God,
That wasn't bad.
That sounds terrible.
That shit wasn't bad. We got surprisingly, we pulled out the budget out of our ass for that budget for what we needed.
Well, when you have to do Phantom, you got to do it right.
Well, my thing is that I can't imagine anyone able to sing those notes at that age.
There was one person who did, and I was actually shocked by it.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's just one of those things. I'm just like,
we've also done Hello Dolly. That was the weird one.
Yeah.
Really...
Hello Dolly is. It's okay for a high school production.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good choice for a high school production.
Anyway, back to
Wicked.
Wicked and directors. Yeah.
That one I would love. I would probably love to work with, because I know his next movie. He said he wants to do Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is one of my 3 favorite musicals.
Yeah, he's not doing a sequel to Crazy Rich Asians anytime soon. Which I love that fucking movie.
Yeah. I still haven't seen it yet.
It's a great movie, dude.
I mean, it's the guy who's doing Wicked. So,
yeah.
And he also did Into the Heights.
Yeah.
Which I said, no, I watched that one because it was on Max. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this one. It's Lin-Manuel. I like him in a few things. I'm going to watch it. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of people who I've seen a lot of movies sing. So one was Anthony Ramos, who's in Transformers and a bunch of other movies. I've seen him appear in. He's also from Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Ramos, yeah. What's the dude from Skull Island? He played the Doctor. Batgirl was in it.
Yep.
Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm-hmm.
She plays Rosa. So it was interesting to see her play a lighthearted character compared to a dark-hearted. But she also sings in Encanto. She's the main. What's it, Maribel? Is her name? Maribel?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, she's the main character in Encanto, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I really didn't like Encanto that much.
Yeah. I really liked it. It's a weird Disney movie in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I get why people don't like it.
It felt very safe Disney. It's like, okay. I mean, it had the song, and the song kind of drove me nuts, but you know.
But you always had that one Disney movie that had that one song that drives you nuts.
Not really. There's a few that actually don't bother me. I feel like the last song that bothered me out of a Disney movie was "Let It Go," just because I had a little cousin who played it constantly, constantly. But just
you have that
talking
one.
about Bruno was just everywhere, and it's like
Same with "Let It Go." The same with "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
actually, I didn't hear that one.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What's the big one?
You're welcome. Yeah, kind of. But other than that, not really a lot of.
Hakuna Matata.
But that one's like a fun one though. Like anyone can just go ahead and sing that one because it's just the character.
But you hear it constantly when that movie came out. Aladdin didn't really have one that was annoying.
Yeah, that's
a whole new world, I guess.
Yeah, but that one is just like there's a time and a place for that one. I feel like there's never really a time and a place for that one.
I mean, not everyone has a magic carpet to try to get laid on. So
would you work with Brad Bird?
Yes. 110% yes.
And he's done, for people who don't remember, he's done Iron Giant, Incredibles, Mission Impossible 4,
Tomorrowland, Ratatouille.
I actually didn't see Tomorrowland.
I haven't seen it either. That was actually his first live action movie, and I really wanted to go see it. And I guess I just missed it in the theater,
which is weird.
He was.
It's an underrated movie.
What,
but
Tomorrowland?
It's Tomorrowland.
I heard it's not. Because didn't it bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah, it bombed. Oh yeah. It just came out at a wrong time too.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people say.
Clooney's in it.
Yeah. Because that was supposed to actually fix the Tomorrowland at Disney World and Disneyland because they need to update that land.
Yeah. Would you work with? You talked about it because you want him to direct Secret Wars. Sean Levy.
Yes.
Because he's done, which I think is still one of his better movies. Actually, his two best movies is Real Steel. Very underrated.
Oh yeah.
I really love that movie.
I still haven't seen it yet.
That's a great movie.
It's so good. That's what actually, when I watched it, I didn't realize Hugh Jackman played Wolverine so young as a kid. So I was like, I've seen this guy before. Who is he? And now looking at it, I was like, oh, it's just Hugh Jackman, but just with a...
Hugh Jackman was the whole reason why I wanted to see that movie.
And also, I found out he did it, and I kind of wanted another one, but I know he'll never do it. Night at the Museum. He did the first one.
Yeah.
I think he did, the whole trilogy?
Yeah.
He did all three of them, but I heard the third one wasn't that good.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like to see another one, but it's just...
They tried doing a show.
Oh, it failed.
Yeah, because Zachary Levi was the main voice, and I'm like, you don't do this as a show.
No, it could work as a show.
It was an animated show. Yeah.
I think it could work as an animated show. The problem with it is he's a kid who doesn't fit in. Guess he's going to stay at night at the museum so he can learn about himself. I think it could be actually a really good educational show.
You could, but here's my whole instance. If you're going to do a fourth one, or you're going to do a live action show, call back Ben Stiller. Say, hey, we want to do it. This is the send-off, not the show. It's not we're going to pass the rights to your son like the movie son. You come back.
Yeah.
Do this last one.
No, I could see it as a franchise.
I just feel like that first
but
one
I
was
feel
a real
like,
lightning in the bottle.
Yeah. You got to get that right cast. And again, you don't have Ron Williams.
I feel like you could do something to honor him.
Yeah.
Just say his magic ran out. But you still have the statue here. We're preserving it.
Yeah.
This is his legacy. This is what he's left with.
You know,
you could pull someone else who's older and maybe. Like, I would pull... I don't know if he was ever in one. Pull Sam Elliott. Another older actor in there.
Yeah.
Get some other older actor, comedian.
Or just put it in a different museum, you know?
Yeah, because we've already done Smithsonian, London, New York. Where else could you go? I'd say a little close to home for us, but you could do Henry Ford.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
Henry Ford would be fun.
Yeah, you could do it and have fun, but I mean, where else?
All the cars come alive.
But like, what else could you do? That's the thing. It's like, what do you?
I think that's where the problem comes into. It's just like, because you know that Disney wants there to be a franchise for it, and I stand by if you're gonna, it can work as a TV show. It just has to be an educational TV show.
Like you could probably call back Sacha Baron Cohen, Owen Wilson, have them put on their costumes again one more time.
I still think it would be a cool idea because now you own the Night of the Museum franchise. You do this Disney Parks thing.
Yeah, you could. I was gonna say you could just do it at Disney Park. I mean, but
because that was the original plan. I mean, or there was gonna be a plan for that.
Smart movie that would have been incredible.
I wonder if Disney has thought about making a Night at the Museum Park.
That would be a great dark ride.
the ride. Just you walk in. The ride is you walk in. There's a museum and everything, and then you get into the car, and it's nighttime, and all of a sudden, everything just comes to life.
Nope. I wouldn't say don't make it a ride. You make it an actual building with the set of like the New York museum, and you have just it be alive. Like you're walking like through the movie, like you're doing what Ben's like you're just interacting.
Like the president.
See, I like that idea. That would be an interesting idea.
Like you make it this whole like little like area.
I think if they were gonna do an attraction for it in a museum, I look at it as a haunted mansion.
Oh yeah.
Type, you know, here's some seats.
I still haven't seen the new haunted mansion.
It's good, dude.
I enjoyed it.
I just know it didn't get marketed.
Yeah.
I hate it. We're not gonna talk.
Also, it was
Disney.
a writer's strike. Yeah.
Disney shot themselves in the foot. That should have been a Halloween movie.
Botched it.
That's what I said. Why is it coming out in July?
It is a good haunted mansion movie.
Yeah.
It was out at the wrong time, and I said that in the theaters. I think I screamed it. Wrong time.
But I had a lot of fun because me and my friends, we all dressed up.
I've also heard Jared Leto was really good.
Yeah. That whole movie was good. That whole movie was great. I really wish.
I just know it was the actors and writers strike that kind of also killed it.
Disney had a huge marketing plan for that one, for the parks. But the CinemaCon thing, really quick. I gotta say,
let's wrap this up.
I gotta say, what my favorite one was Alien Romulus. I'm so excited for Alien Romulus.
Did we get the teaser? Or we got it a few weeks before.
So we got the teaser. They got the clip, and they showed it was the little aliens that are sprawling around. Like there's many of them this time, and you just see the xenomorph head. That's all you gotta see.
Yeah, I've heard they've showed a chest buster. They've showed like the chest getting busted, and you're like, oh shit.
That one, and then Ballerina. I can't wait for Ballerina. They said.
Oh yeah.
They're saying it's John Wick 3.5.
Well, yeah, it takes place during 2 and 3, is what I've heard.
But they reviewed. They had footage they showed. They showed Keanu.
Yeah.
Back in.
They announced he was.
Yeah, I know.
They announced he was in the movie.
Well,
a lot of people speculated because it was a prequel in between 2 and 3 that is he coming back? But, yeah.
Well, I'm so hooked on that John Wick franchise after seeing 4, and then I went back to rewatch all 3.
The thing with 4 is, what do you do now? Where do you go with it? You can do a 5th one.
Oh, there's gonna be a 5th.
Well, you've kind of already showed he's dead. What do you do with like dead?
Dead.
Like, what do you do with it? Is he gonna go by a new identity? Is he gonna still go by John Wick?
He's gonna be in hiding.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring him.
It's the question is his contract filled?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's not a contract franchise. I feel like it's just like, hey.
No, I'm talking like his character.
Oh, his character. Yeah.
Like, because the other guy is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So he should be cleared.
He'll be in hiding. They'll call when he needs to be needed.
I feel like, but those movies aren't really like a contract movie for him. It's like, hey, we have the next one done.
Yeah,
you want to come sign
you're interested.
The script
Yeah, but I meant like as a character, like his
job.
character.
And then really quick, one more. Did you see that Daisy Ridley trailer? The one with the woman who could swim?
Oh yeah,
that looks good. That actually looks good.
I'm not.
This looks like a historic piece. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But then that's why I'm kind of like, She's like, okay, she's gonna be able to swim across. There we go. Cool. Awesome.
I was just impressed with the whole Disney panel this time. That was my big thing.
With Deadpool being front and center of it.
Yeah. I love hearing Kevin Feige, drop that F-bomb.
It's fucking awesome, and everyone put up like a thing of like, oh, he's gonna start wearing his hat backwards now. It's the hi there, young people. Such a Photoshop his face on this TV show.
Like the Steve Chevy scene from 30 Rock.
How do you do there, young people? With the hat backwards. But no, we can come back on the Marvel stuff tomorrow and actually get a post going and say, hey, type your questions. What do you have about the MCU? Like, what do you want us to discuss about the MCU going forward? Do you think they should change it up? Do you think they should still say formulaic? Or do you think they just need an overall just overshake on content?
Spider-Man.
I'll keep my mouth shut because I know my opinion is going to be different than Adam's opinion.
The way I'm going to leave off with us is Spider-Man 4 being rushed right now.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to leave it with.
So
So
that's Sony's call, not
Yes.
not Kevin's call.
But on our call for this, we're officially at the 3-hour mark, which we just got into a long discussion with.
Yeah.
27. Holy shit. People stayed and watched a little bit. But until next time, guys, aka tomorrow,
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow,
Tomorrow
folks, for the
for-
next episode of Culture Shock.
Yeah.
where we basically break down Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios. We're going in deep.
Yep. In the trenches.
In the. Good night, everyone.
Good night.